from the mountains of Caucasus.
Boy, or something else? Yes. Which one? I'm both. Hey, that's kind of cool. My fingerprints don't match.
That's true.
Those are some
Oop.
Yeah, I'm trying to find new ones.
Go. Alrighty, and hold on one sec. Got to kill the music, and away we go. Hello, everybody. Thank you to season 2 of. I was getting ready to say Shadow of the Phoenix. I'm so used to running a LARP of Cyberpunk 2020. For those of you who may be new or just tuning in, this is actually season 2. We just wrapped up a particularly eerie story arc that has still given my players some willies. If you go back and watch the facial expressions from the last episode, it's classic. The absolute cringing. It's perfect. No, today was really good for me. I got a chance to get out. Went to a grocery store nearby. They got Chompies at Fry's, and I am in love with their chicken tenders. Got a salad this time. Got to see the movie Knives Out, which was amazing. I was not expecting anything from it because I hadn't heard anything from it. And just in case, I'm also, although I forgot to do it for the Ashland game, I am recording this one. So just in case we run into Twitch problems, like before, I have a good copy to upload. I think they're doing PAX, the convention right now, and streaming that. So I don't know if that's nearly as important to geeks as the oh God, what was it? Fortnite or whatever it was that was being run last time. Chodes.
No, it was PUBG, wasn't it?
Or PUBG, something like that, yeah.
Tournament or something, yeah. One of those.
Oh, yes. And our friend Brittany, you may know her from the Ashland game. She had eye surgery. She spontaneously decided to go get her eyes did with lightsabers. And they are turning out exceptionally well, apparently. She can see the text.
Oh, wow. When she said, I got my eyes did, I thought she went to one of those Indian ladies that threaded her eyebrows.
Yeah.
And she was getting, like, surgery.
or go into the nail salons where they ask, you want a crit or gel? A crit or gel? That's why you got no boyfriend.
Wow, man.
And side note, throw a like total props out to her and her knitted Baby Yoda.
Those are amazing.
Yeah, that thing's badass.
Yes.
Yes. Brittany, you the woman.
She's taking orders. Just
Yep. Yeah.
She actually. Yeah, she actually took little baby Yoda, little baby knitted Yoda, with her to California. So there were some pictures of little baby knitted Yoda around the Star Wars area and around Disneyland, which were really cute. So lots of fun. So to pick up game wise, where we left off, about a week has passed at this point. From the excursion into the biomedical labs and corporate park. So during this time frame, obviously you're healing, specifically Meredith. Some of the wounds and whatnot that were taking place. The nomads have actually finished up the building adjacent to the haven. Cool. So there isn't anything like super spectacular about it, but it's been cleared out and modified so it will act as kind of like basically a garage for the vehicles, so they're not on the street.
Sweet.
So the only thing you really have in there at this point is for any vehicles that might be wheeled. There is a hydraulic lift in there in case you need to get under it, but that's about it. There's no like tools or else or anything in there. That's really all you've got.
But hey, a hydraulic lift is a lot better than tools are easy and inexpensive compared to that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm although it's only a week, that helped keep some of your folks busy, Mac.
Nice.
In the week interim. So they bust that out and made sure that the columns and everything were set up so that way it had proper support. They don't really. I mean, they have some basic construction skills, but your folks don't really have like advanced construction or architecture or whatnot. So the idea has been bounced around about making the roof retractable so that way the AV4 doesn't have to back out along the street. It can just lift off into the sky. But it's right now it's just kind of like in the drawing phases. It's something they would like to do because obviously it would be work, but they just don't have the know-how right now to do it.
Nice. Maybe if we
a bona fide layer now, man.
Yeah.
And actually, speaking of said layer, something you guys would notice. So two things you guys would notice. The insides have been completely scrubbed now. It is clean. There's no remains or anything creepy. Yeah. Lighting has been installed in the basement. So it's not, fancy or anything, but I mean, you've got lighting down there now. So you don't have to go down there with flashlights or anything.
So it doesn't look like Silent Hill anymore.
Right. Yes. So it doesn't look like Silent Hill.
You don't have to worry about running into the pyramid guy down there.
Also, the Nomads managed to install a very, very basic motion sensor alarm to the basement door. So on the off chance that somebody can actually get past that large ass door, if you guys have kept it locked and have not disabled the alarm, you're basically going to hear a large like bell-like scream coming out of the basement. Like I said, it's crude, but it's there to scare everybody awake.
Right.
Gotcha.
So the other thing, of course,
speakers like at each level or something.
No, they don't have anything like that. There's no door to the actual basement. It's just stairway. So it's loud enough that you almost have to have some loud music if you're on the second floor to not hear it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or loads of hot sex.
I do have an endurance of 5 and a seduction of 3. So
yeah, okay. Well, duly noted. So what is your skill at screaming?
I could always put points in.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah, he's like, I got the point.
Oh, also, since we're at the beginning part of the game, so I have sent a link to weapons in the chat. So please feel free to use your money to pick those up at this point in time. Or if you have something that says a pistol or a rifle that has not been designated, please do so at this point. Just pick something out. Within reason, obviously, don't just say, "Oh, I've always had a bazooka." No.
I couldn't remember what I had,
Yeah.
so I just went back and gave myself a gun and a knife and.
I've also got missile arms.
And then one of the other updates you guys would know, Hellcat has actually gone back into the room that she shares with Dane for a period of time from the ending of the Biomedica nightmare sort of thing. She had been kind of doing her own thing and acting very kind of skittish and standoffish with everybody. Not as much with everybody in the crew, but definitely more so with the Nomads since she didn't really know them as they were coming in and out. And it was one of those like she carried an "I don't touch me" look like the whole time.
Just don't touch me.
Yeah. Which that has kind of gradually gone away. And so she is now back in the room that she shares with Dane. And then the last thing in this week time frame that Syntax would let everybody know, barring obviously any sort of changes, because obviously everybody needs to have a sit down and discussion or whatnot. If the group decides to continue on as a team, like officially or whatnot, she has created an account that has a portion of what has remained of like what they've been able to siphon off from funds and whatnot. That has 15,000 in it for petty cash. So just like whatever is needed for the haven, or the safe house, whatever might be needed for emergency supplies or whatnot. It's just it's kind of a small little petty cash slush fund.
Awesome.
Well, considering the fact that my measly $1,000 that I have on me is like I'm a billionaire. I'm like $15,000. That's insane. That'll buy a whole lot of kibble.
Yeah, exactly. Which your nomads, since they were doing an actual job, the members of your clan, they were actually paid from that fund, so they all earned a couple hundred apiece.
Right.
Cool.
So with that,
I think we should have a family meeting.
Family meeting.
Agreed.
All right.
Okay, so set us up. Are we just waking up? Or are we?
Yes.
Is it?
At this point, we will say, so from the Biomedica thing, it's now like a week and a half, because there's been a couple days where you guys have just spaced off or did whatever you needed to do, or just relaxed. You unplugged your brain and purposely did jack and shit because you kind of needed it.
So I've got a new arm.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, and and if I recall correctly, didn't they get you
Au natural?
Yeah, au natural. Yes.
Yeah.
Since it didn't get played through on my side, and I was still broken. Have I let Syntax fix me yet?
You mean
my
like
shoulder?
Yeah, that was already arranged. That would have been arranged the same time that Mac was getting his emergency care.
Okay.
Mac, for the time being, make sure you mark a +1 at the top of your character sheet.
What's that for?
That's going to be with any interactions with your family.
Oh.
Word is kind of spread that while the details are kind of sketchy, whatever it was that you did was badass enough that they had to go get you not only a cyber arm, which you didn't get, you got like farm-grown flesh and blood arm, which is not something that happens to nomads, like hardly at all. You have kind of a little bit of a badass feel around with the rest of the family. They're like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Expensive as hell. That's cool. I got it.
I'm a celebrity.
Minor. Yep. Little minor celebrity. More so with the arm. It's like, occasionally they get you to show off the gun show.
Yeah.
Right.
That guy that ripped one dude's balls off? That's him.
Yeah.
You gotta tear off the sleeves of the one arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's rip. Yo, you mean this
I
arm?
gotta be all like this and get some tattoos right around the seam.
Exactly. Yeah. but make them like Frankenstein like tattoos or something like that.
Like stitches.
Like bad stitch mark.
Yeah, something like that. So FYI, spending 80 of my 95, I put one more into brawling and one more into my handgun.
Okay.
Which puts my brawling at 5 and my handgun at 3.
Okay. Yeah. Also, as he just indicated, please take a moment to spend your XP, if you can or you want.
I have 15 left now.
Oh, and there was a delivery as you guys are kind of getting together and starting to, do your family meeting or like flag everybody down, like meet into the the room or whatnot. There was a delivery made. It is we'll say it's about twice the size of a shoebox. Both depth and width. So not terribly big.
Does it say from who?
It does not.
Who?
But
What kind of box is it in?
What's in the box? No,
I go,
it's your typical cardboard box. It's got all your packaging tape and whatnot. It does not say who it's from, but it says to the team.
Oh,
oh, jeez.
I'm guessing that's from our DA buddy.
Now we're like an official thing. Gross.
Well, like
Let's
Charlie's
everybody
moving.
hug. Let's hug Jesse.
No. Thanks. I'm
we
gonna
should
go
have,
get the
like,
box.
jump together and like do a 4-way high five.
Yeah. It's all around her head though.
I'm just
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
fuck. I'm just gonna go get the box.
Sure, no problem. So
And
as
I'll
you
bring the box to the family meeting.
okay, so as you are bringing the box through, you can hear some sloshing sounds.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
It's the month of key.
I'm not gonna make it to the meeting with this. I'm gonna just open it
Sure,
right now.
but they when I say the sloshing, it's like individual, not like the whole thing like an aquarium sort of thing where you would like shake it back and forth. It's like there's something individualized in there, and they're all sloshing.
I'm gonna open it right now.
Okay, so you rip the packaging off, no problem. It's reinforced with a couple of air packages, so it keeps steady and whatnot. You find a 6-pack, we'll say it's actually 8, specifically. Or they're original canned. And
Oh my god.
yes, but
What?
it's PBR.
Oh my god.
What is this relic?
But the kicker here is anything that's made like this, though, even though it's technically a PBR or whatnot, not only is it vintage, but you can tell based on the cans, like this was probably obtained by a collector or something, because they may have been vacuum sealed or something, because even though it's past its expiration date, they do not appear to be like in bad shape at all. Like they weren't sitting on a shelf anywhere or exposed in some sort of fridge.
Some abandoned warehouse.
Yeah.
Or something.
Man. Dane's gonna be excited.
That's awesome, man.
All right, I'm gonna just like ditch the box, but I'll take the beers with me
Okay.
to the meeting.
Sure.
Really quickly, I do want to spend some XP.
Okay.
So if it's current rating times 1, I'm adding adding 1 for driving, dodge, and melee.
Okay. There you go.
Should be third rate. Okay.
Dip,
Is
dive,
it current?
duck,
Is it current
dodge,
rating? What's it?
dodge.
How do you
Current
do this?
It's
Yeah,
gonna be
times what?
it's always going to be times 10 whatever you currently have. So say if you have a brawl of 2, it's going to be
Yeah.
20 points to raise it to 3.
Oh,
man.
I did that wrong. I need 10 more points on each one of those then, because I raised it to 5 and I spent 50, so I only should have spent 40. So I have 35 left. Yeah.
He said, "Yeah."
Yeah. Get XP.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. There's one that I really needed, and I had nothing in it, man. But I can't remember
Stealth?
what it was.
Stealth?
Was it?
No, I've got stealth. Was it what?
Was it melee or dodge?
I'm all about melee and dodge, babe. Come on. Come on now. There's got to be something else.
Yeah, was it drive?
No, I didn't really have to drive. I'm going to find out. We're going to do something. I'm going to roll. I'm going to well, that's it.
You're like, that's what I was missing. Too late now, but that's what I was missing.
Yeah, too late now.
So our maximum score is 5, correct? In our skills,
No.
was that right?
You
So
can
we
go
can
to
go up.
10, right?
Yep, you can go to 10.
On skills?
Yeah,
Oh, it was just rolling up the character. We could go max of 5.
initially.
There's a
yeah.
lot of points.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
a
Wow.
max of 5. For what?
Well, you're already in game at this point, so you don't have anything to worry about. But your attributes, so like
Yeah.
attractiveness, body, dex or reflex or whatnot, as well as your
Oh.
skills, those can all go up to 10.
I got you.
Unless you have cyber
Right.
enhancements.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when you would go up above that.
Right. So reflex and body can actually go beyond that through cybernetics.
But me, 10 at most.
If you don't have a skill, is it just 10 points?
It's just 10 points.
And then to put it to 2, it's 20 points?
Yeah, it'll be 10 more.
Okay.
Well, yeah, if you want to put it all the way up to 2 in one shot, it'd be 20
Yeah.
points total. Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah. It seemed like a dumb question.
No.
Where
It's
they're at.
yeah, it's a valid question. That's fine.
All right. Do you want updated stats now?
No, just go ahead and hold on to them.
Okay.
And just send me a copy of your character sheet when you guys are done.
Okay.
So, and you guys are kind of hanging around, waiting for Hellcat to come back into the room. She, ran out after somebody had dropped off a package or something, and comes walking back in with this 8-pack case of vintage PBR.
Nice.
Like legit alcohol from the era that was.
Look what I've got.
Oh man, those are beautiful.
Is that still good?
I don't care. Do you?
I'll
Are you
try.
really going to say no?
I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I'm just
I
saying.
mean,
Let's find out.
we've been, down and out for a week. I guess if it makes us sick, it's worth it. What's another week in bed?
Are these supposed to be cold? Should I go get ice?
Oh no, they were
No.
chilled.
Oh, they were chilled. Okay.
Yeah, you can't put ice in beer.
I have a feeling they were a fresh drop.
What are we, barbarians?
Thank you for vintage. I've never had. So,
You've never had a beer before? Is that what you just said?
no, I've never had one of these beers before.
Oh.
Yeah,
I remember my first beer.
yeah, the alcohol, unless
it's
it's specialized in the cyberpunk era, like sake is still sake, right? I mean, certain alcohols are still legit alcohol. I mean, that's still out there. The common shit, however, is more along the lines of, like it was done off of Chew 2, which is, grain. So it's still grain based, but it's almost the equivalent of a narcotic. Like the popular one that they've got out there is Smash, and which is what Eric,
you up.
yeah, which is what Eric had.
We're talking like absinthe then.
Yeah,
Basically, any alcohol, any drug in our little cyberpunk world, if you like to be sane, don't do it.
That's why me Indian
Well,
background.
you just say no, kids.
That's why I do.
Take it from the drug addict.
I'm only doing that stuff on spiritual travels with like peyote or something like that.
yeah. As Brittany says,
Spiritual.
just say no.
Right.
Don't eat the sugar with your nose.
Right.
Watch, kids. I'm about to eat some candy with my nose. Nom, 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 nom.
Right.
Hey, watch this.
I know, exactly. Ooh.
All right, so I'm since I'm assuming everyone is in attendance, I'm just gonna
Yes.
pass out beers to everyone but Jill.
And me.
Yeah, Jill.
Yeah, and you.
Jill is, got her hand up. She, breaks out some soda. She's got her flight goggles, pulled up on her head, sort of thing.
You got me one of them soda things, didn't you?
There were 8.
No, he's not
I want
drinking
the
a beer.
I'm talking to Jill.
Oh, she's all no. I didn't know you wanted one.
Please. Those are a rare delicacy for me.
Really?
I was lucky to get kibble. That was my status prior to our fame, if you.
Oh, okay, but you can't bogart the 2-liter. I'm not allowed to have much of this like in the house, and she like eyes everybody else at the table.
A 2-liter? It comes in bigger sizes.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Mac. Jill, just share. We'll get you some more.
Oh, okay. So hey,
how much are these things?
Well, they're not cheap. But it's okay. I've been told I can share, which usually precipitates more is coming. So I will be right back. Red Solo cup?
Sure.
Okay. So she goes off to go get throwaway cup.
All right, I'm gonna pop mine and smell it.
I'm just gonna pop mine and drink it.
So you pop it and smell it, and it's a good. What's a good analogy here for you, Eric? Because this is actually the first time you've had like legitimate alcohol from like the era that was, as opposed to like now.
Yeah.
Because you had Smash actually not too long ago, and that's
and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Is this what they drink?
Yeah, and so you're like it's lighter in tone, and I'd imagine because you're basically trying to treat it like a wine after you've cracked it. You look very much like Mel Brooks from Spaceballs, who's sniffing in the can of air. You're just kind of like like taking it all in.
Very air.
Exactly. Yeah. Hellcat, you pound it. Boom.
Yep.
I take my can and I kind of just inspect the label very slowly. I'm gonna turn it around like this in my fingers and just read.
Yeah.
I feel like this says so much about all of us.
So I mean, again, the marketing to it is very different than what you would see nowadays. The fact that it's aluminum, that the aluminum cans, I don't really use that as much anymore in this era. So I mean, not only is it a throwback to decades past, I mean, even the alcohol itself is very different looking and smelling than what you're used to in this era. Everything now is significantly more processed and I don't want to say generic. It's not a good way to put it, I think, but everything is either made for utility, like kibble and prepacked foods, or it's made without a care.
Sounds really bland.
Like Smash, for example. So it's like that was made, and that was like few attempts were made to not make that addictive.
Did Sen get a can of this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I mean she's looking at it like, whoa. So Pabst Blue Ribbon, was this like a delicacy or something?
I mean,
is it pronounced Pabst?
Yeah.
Pabst.
How do you say this?
Pabst.
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 Pabst-Saint.
Didn't you say my family was like a little bit more old school because of some of the stuff that we have and everything else like that?
Well, you're big on recycling, so it's like if you can make an engine work again, recycle it. If you can make a container keep working, patch it up. It's just you guys are the kings of reusables.
Unfortunately, we couldn't reuse this stuff, but it's cool to melt down and make new stuff. That's about all I know about the aluminum cans that we've found that weren't too far gone and deteriorated.
Okay. Works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want my can when I'm done with it?
Heck yeah, I'll take all of them. I'll take them back. I'll take them back to the tribe.
I'm gonna drink mine and then just talk about it and say this is weird because this is what they used to get drunk off of back in the day. This is mediocre, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but I definitely don't understand just one.
I'd have to drink that at home.
That's my lovely wife Rebecca stopping to say hi. Are you heading out or something, or just dropping by?
I'm dropping Evan off. It's raining.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Raining.
Yeah, well, raining on our side, I guess.
Oh.
And Evan got a job. He's working at Fry's. Huzzah!
And he's
Congrats.
liking it.
Nice.
So yes, so I'm happy about that. He's happy about that.
Tell him about the fact that he's already had 2 calls complimenting
Oh, yep.
him.
And
On his
he's
first 2 days.
within his first 2 to 3 days. I think it's his 3rd day or something like that. He's already had 2 complimentary calls because they had him working customer service up front.
Oh, wow.
So
That's awesome.
hell yeah, sweet.
Where'd you say he was working?
He's working at Fry's. It's a part of the
Oh,
Kroger.
okay.
It's part of the Kroger brand. So I don't know what they have up in Utah, but it's in that same vein. But yeah, so you guys drink it down. It is lighter in that sense than what you're used to. It's nowhere near as purposely strong.
Soul crushing.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Disappointing.
yeah. But yeah, and so you guys, put that down, drink wise. Jill comes back and she's got, she has some soda, and she puts, she hands the cup to Mac and she says, "All right, this is called Mr. Pibb, so don't bogart this."
Oh, okay. This is my first experience with this.
With soda ever?
With Mr. Pibb, yes. You guys still would have, being nomads, you probably would have come across caches of just random shit. So it's not like you guys haven't had soda before, but like various brands, you probably only would have had like the super popular because that's what would have been readily available to scavenge.
Because Mr. Pibb and Red Vines are crazy delicious.
Right. All right. So I'm going to mimic the beer drinkers.
Oh no!
Yeah. Walk it, man.
All right.
Let
Don't pound
play
it.
on your palate.
You're in your glass.
Yeah. So I mean,
Right.
it's got this. Yeah, it's got
Get a
the
big,
same.
giant brandy snifter like that big.
Yeah, it's obviously got, it's carbonated. You can. It definitely smells different than the alcohol that they put. Like the alcohol actually has a much stronger scent. This one's almost pruny-ish,
Right.
root beer-ish kind of.
And then break the threshold and take a drink.
All right.
It's golden.
So it's up to you whether you like it or not. But I mean, it's Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Pibb's good, man.
Mhm.
And so as Syntax polishes off her drink and puts the can down, she looks to Hellcat specifically, and she's like, "Okay, so are we gonna do this? Or are we, now that we have, I guess, imbibed in group alcohol?"
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is a thing. This could be a thing.
We're pretty good together, I'd say.
I mean, I don't know
For the
about
most
you
part.
guys, but I'm down for at least a couple more jobs. It's been interesting working with a team.
I mean, I kind of owe you guys my life, so
Well,
I am down for whatever.
I feel like if nothing else, we need to at least help Locke out of whatever situation he's in with this Venom guy.
Yeah, my
Okay.
buddy Diego.
Oh,
Mhm.
like being hunted.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's like kind of problematic.
Yeah.
My vote is give him a new set of jugs. That seems to be what works.
That might be helpful to distract them from your face.
Wow.
Distract me, I wouldn't even go anywhere. I'd just be like, oh man.
Oh.
Maybe that's not the best idea.
Maybe not.
Meet the new me.
I mean, as Syntax is saying, I mean, if that's what you wanted, I think you could probably talk to your sister. I think she does that sort of thing.
Don't. I do not.
All right.
It's just witty banter.
Mhm.
All right. So then, what do we want to do? Do we want to? I mean, outside of obviously, Locke's issue, do we want to start like looking for jobs together?
Have out of character. Have I picked up from Chunk yet, or do I still need to do
Yeah.
that?
No, you got it.
Okay.
I mean, in regards to looking for jobs together, I think we all have our own individual talents, and collectively, maybe we're a bit stronger than individually.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Our powers combined.
That was a Captain Power or
You
Captain
were
Planet
fucking
reference.
right.
Yep. Okay, I think I got that nostalgia there.
What does that make Jerome?
I'm Heart, damn it.
Oh,
I'm the
you
element
got
of
the
heart.
worst one, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get out of here. But I am very down to make some money with you guys. I think we work good as a team.
So something that we could do, I know that Rex still wants to meet with Mac, and we haven't been able to do that yet.
Yep.
And that is
Okay.
a potential opportunity to pick up side business as well. Though we may want to specify that we don't want to deal in organs anymore, if that's out. But I think that doing some of the mods that Meredith can do is a pretty decent way to bring in some side money when we
Okay.
need it.
That's something I can do as long as, I mean, clearly you have the contacts and these guys have the muscle to keep us safe. So, I
I
mean, why
think
not?
it's a pretty decent side business for sure.
Then that raises the next question. Then, if we're going to do that, which I'm actually not opposed to, it's probably a really good idea. But we need to do that elsewhere. I don't know if that's such a good idea of
Right.
doing it out of the safe house.
So for the time being, until we can get somewhere, I am game to still provide services on location.
I agree. I think that might be the safest option right now, but maybe
Okay.
we should vet our customers a little bit more because the last experience being chased was kind of
Well, that's what I mean. You know, that I think had a lot to do with the fact that we were dealing in actual organs and stuff too.
true.
I'm sure it doesn't help who the client was,
Not hardware.
but
Right.
you know, we made more money because we didn't know things. So
That is true.
I think it's going to be potentially a case by case basis, maybe that we have to just determine what's best for us to accept and what's best for us to pass along to someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
And I'm also looking at striving to increase my and better the relationship between my clan and Knight's Call.
I think we can take care of that.
Be a little bit better neighbors in different aspects, so that way we're not at odds. And if something were to hit the fan on either side, then we can gain a little bit on both sides. Have a mutually beneficial relationship, at least to a point.
We also, because we don't know if it was connected in any way, the Quinns, the matter of their gun issue is still open. We haven't really been able to look into that or get any kind of resolution, and I'm sure they're getting impatient. And I think that we kind of owe it to them to take care of that, considering the fact that they knew Rusty was standing right in front of them and let us go.
I would have to agree that that is probably a pressing issue along with this other situation.
With Locke.
Yeah.
I still am concerned that we're not out of the woods entirely with you yet. I know we've bought ourselves some time with your physical changes and kind of the story we've been able to spin around the team and you and the city and everything else, but I have a feeling that we're not past that.
Yeah. I don't, out of character, I haven't seen anything about the CEO getting in any kind of trouble for all of the issues. Correct?
No, nothing
Okay.
like that, huh?
Oh, yeah.
They
I guess
they did make the news though, but I'll let Hellcat talk about that.
yeah, I was just gonna say, the other thing, Syntax approached me about it a couple days ago. I guess in the news, Biomedica kind of popped up again. There's rumors that they're setting up in Colombia.
Oh.
That was brought to my attention.
Like
We can put it.
Colombia, South
We can.
America.
Yeah.
What she said. We can take a vote on whether or not we'd like to deal with that. I have already said that my job with that is done. I was hired to take care of what was going on with it in this city. I have not been asked to do anything further. I don't intend to chase this thing down. I think we have enough problems here. So I suppose if we're going to be a team, then that should be up for a vote on whether or not we press into that or we just move on to local matters and keep our eyes out in case they
I'd
come
be
back.
more than willing to share information with, I don't know, residents in the general area if we had that opportunity. I don't mean to go search it out, but if any of our contacts has a contact down there, then we can say, hey, you need to make sure you keep an eye out, and if you see this going on, a little bit of insight, because it would be horrible for something not unlike what was happening here to happen somewhere else.
I can follow up with Ravenswood about that. I would assume that any information that they garnered here has been passed along to law enforcement there, considering the rumors. But for just peace of mind, I can definitely contact him about that.
If you could ask him if there's been any increased activity or just any additional eyes on my former persona, that might give us a better idea if I'm still in immediate danger. Maybe we can prioritize some of our other issues before taking care of. I don't even know how we would take care of the CEO, but
I'm sure we could figure out a way if it came down to it.
Yeah.
Jerome, out of character, I know that there are essentially bounty sheets that I can look up because,
Yes.
I know we were watching them before. Is Rusty still active? I mean, is that something I can still check?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, then in character, since we're talking about it, I'm gonna pull that up and see what the activity on that has been like lately.
Sure. Just I'm not even going to have you roll for it. It's something that most anybody who's looking for bounty hunting work can pull up readily available. Think of it in the sense of like a little bit more high tech Craigslist. I mean, anybody can access it.
Dark web Craigslist.
Yeah, dark web Craigslist. So yeah, I mean, the bounty is still out there on her.
And what's the view count at?
View count at this point is a couple hundred.
Okay.
But I mean, it's been posted up there for
weeks.
Actually, at this point, like 2 months.
Okay.
Easy.
So Meredith, I'm just looking at your bounty sheet here. I mean, there's a couple hundred views on this, but the last time I looked, there was like 250. So, I mean, it's gone up, but it's definitely not the increase that we had been seeing right before all of the changes. So it is still active and it's still out there.
Okay.
You know, I think just continue to be mindful of that.
I mean, honestly, unless there's any immediate anything, I think maybe we should prioritize our other issues and kind of leave this one until we have an opportunity, because we have other more clear and present dangers.
Something else that I thought of the other day. We know, you know, that Biomedica Blue, but we don't know for sure what happened to Dane's clone. I would love to assume that it was in that building, but with our luck, I would also assume that it is not. So, I'm really not sure what that means for any of us, Dane included. So, something that, I don't know, keep in mind.
I mean, just taking a wild guess here, but I mean, the people that we encountered that were kind of left behind from Biomedica in that building weren't security. They were researchers or administration or something to that effect. Like, I honestly don't think Dane's clone was likely in Planet Blue.
I mean, I wouldn't think that they would keep something in there that they had, you know, I wouldn't think that they would have kept successful projects.
Probably worth some money.
And I would hope to Christ that the projects we saw were the unsuccessful batch. Because God help Columbia if it's not.
And with Dane chimes up and he's like, yeah, I mean, at this point, the company's probably gone through some sort of cleanup protocol. So it wouldn't be safe for us to go back to examine it. I mean, the area is going to be watched.
No, I know. Yeah, it was the same reason we couldn't go back to South Mountain.
Yeah. I guess my concern with it, which isn't, I mean, really isn't a whole lot, is, I mean, if it lived, I'm not going to call it me.
Well, that's good because it's not you.
Right. But can it do what we saw down there? Is it really me?
Yeah, we don't know that, man.
Can we find out what that right? Can we find out what that Project Chimera was all about?
Actually, Syntax, I would put money on it that there's got to be something in the files that we brought back that talks about their cloning procedures or their successes, their failures, whatever. There has to be something in that, whether it is specifically related to Dane or not. is kind of beside the point. I would hope that there's something specific. And I don't know what files we got. I don't know if we got copies of everything.
Right. So syntax is like,
it was snatch
okay,
and grab for a minute there.
right? Yeah, syntax is like, well, I can get with Meredith, and we can. I mean, if anything, she'll be able to help me weed out actual doctor's notes, and case notes and whatnot.
And something to think about too, while you're going through that, if you have any type of purchase orders or invoicing or anything for the cybernetics that Dane had, then that's a good indication that that patient may be, our second Dane.
Okay. I'll see what I can come up with then. Obviously after the meeting, but yeah.
I'm hoping. I mean, if it was me, I would be tracking my projects. So that's maybe something else you could look for if there's any sort of tracking, maybe that they put into those cybernetics in him.
Okay.
The thing.
I'll see what I can come up with, but yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's something we probably get started on in the interim. But
Locke, I have Gunnar still watching your family.
I appreciate it.
To my knowledge, he's still doing patrols. I haven't heard anything. I don't know that I would recommend you calling home until we can either get you some kind of burner phone or some way for you to contact them that's untraceable.
No, you're absolutely right.
I'm happy to stop by and see your mom or your sister and let them know how you're doing. And if I do that, at least maybe I can call from there and you can see them and see that they're okay.
No, that'd be awesome. And I'm gonna grab a piece of paper and write a note on it real quick, and I give it to you, and it says, "Mom, I love you. Sis, stop being a whore."
Oh,
Perfect.
The feels.
Perfect. All right. This is kind
was
of
it
like our
just me
first
who got the warm fuzzy off of that? I mean, really?
that sibling affection, yo.
She knows I mean well.
do you put that hoe on her Christmas stocking too?
amongst other things.
Right.
100% that bitch. All right. Well, I mean, I would say that Mac, you and I could probably head out to Knight's Call, and then it's I guess luck. If you want to risk coming out with us, you can. Meredith, same to you, or you can stay and help Syntax.
No, I've seen you guys operate. I will probably tag along with my med kit in case anything's needed.
I'll go. I have a little scarf mask that I can pull up over my nose. Look like a ninja.
Well, let's hope that's effective enough then. Okay. All right. Jill, are you gonna come or are you staying here?
I think I'll stay here. Temptation. I just probably better. It'd be safer. I think I got a 2-liter with my name on it, anyways.
Yeah. Dane, are you coming or are you staying?
Yeah, you know what? I'll follow.
Save some of that 2-liter for me.
Okay.
Cough up some euros, homie.
How much?
How about 10?
$10, damn. 2 liters be expensive, man.
Good night.
How much? How much?
She
are
said
these
they weren't
liters?
cheap.
You don't get a buzz off that or nothing?
No.
You don't put no bourbon in that or anything?
She just gets a sugar rush.
Not anymore. It tends to keep me awake.
It's just the caffeine.
That's
Yeah.
just soda and water.
Pretty much.
That's gotta be magic, man.
So, I mean, unless you want to, you me to go get you one or something, and then that's $15, little man.
Put that shit in my hand.
Exactly. And if that money doesn't show, then you owe me, my junk love. Oh, we, oh, we, oh.
You owe me, owe me,
I'll
owe.
see if we can stop by somewhere and pick some up on the way back.
All right. That sounds good.
I am going to swing by my room upstairs
Hmm.
and pull a vial of that experimental whatever
Gotcha.
into
Okay.
the into the secret compartment in my cyber arm
Okay.
before we go.
That works.
And then I'm taking my bike so that I can go in front of everybody.
So-
Hopefully get in a caravan of people.
So who's riding with who, and what are you taking? Because
I'll
Hellcat
ride my
apparently
bike,
is her
'cause
bike.
I haven't rode my bike yet. I don't think in this whole game.
You did. We rode it to the casino.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
that's
We
right.
rode our bikes to the casino.
Okay. I'm gonna still
Meredith,
ride
you
my
can come
bike.
with me, or you can be in the whatever other vehicle there is.
Holiday
can't handle one of the boys on the bike. They're too big.
I'll ride with Hellcat.
So on the
That'll
back.
help get us in.
So riding bitch on the motorcycle.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
That's her place.
that. I mean,
We all know I'm the top in that relationship. It's fine.
Jeez. Well, now.
So much for Double Dane.
I mean, he's coming too. So
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
you nasty.
That's what she said.
Exactly. That's what she
I'm
said.
like Double Dane. I mean,
That's why I put it in the chat. I'm like, just saying.
I'm happy to be in the middle of that sandwich.
10 out of 10 would do.
I'm taking the family wagon because I don't.
Because you
I'm-
like
I'm
to put up a good appearance.
That's right. That's right.
In case we need to get a tree, we'll stick that on top.
Hey, that's it's a lot easier than a bike, and I'm not riding bitch on the back of her Locke's bike. So
I don't think Dane can fit on the back of a bike, so I'm sure he's with you.
okay.
Aw, you can have boy bonding time.
Oh,
Hmm.
Cute.
You guys can talk about your enhancements together.
Yeah, you can.
Jeez.
mine's all natural.
This is not.
Yep. His is not. So
Yeah.
everybody heads on out. Dane is just kind of like looking at this, pea soup green family truckster, just like, okay.
We're gonna armor this thing, and it's gonna look exactly the same. I don't care what anybody says.
Before we head out, before I get on the bike, I'm just gonna pull Dane aside for a second to just
Okay.
kind of like remind him about where we're going and who we're going to see and what that means for my career.
Mm.
Oh, so this is one of those.
Fingers and pies, man.
I stop. don't know, but I know how he can be. So I'm just
Wait, you don't know?
I don't know if I'm going out to do business or not. We'll see. It depends on how the conversation goes with Mac. If that doesn't go well, then I'm not going to stick around to try and take care of my own business. I don't know.
Okay, I'm not even going to explore how that sounds. I'm just going to get in the car. We'll see you there then, I guess.
Well, it's
Okay.
not like I'm not that far from home, so I have to drive across the freeway.
True.
All right. I'm just gonna get on the bike and head out.
And I haven't been home in a long time. After this, on the way there, I got to get some chocolate and take it to my sister's. I have to. And maybe some of this Mr. Pibb.
Mr. Penn.
Yeah.
Chocolate, Mr. That's going to be expensive.
He's got $1,000. He's rich.
Heck yeah, I'm
Rich bitch.
All right. I mean, next thing you know, Nomad's going to have gold plate on his grill. I mean, just
Get his grill all slugged up.
yeah.
Your name is Choke.
Yep. Nomad in the house. Bump. Sorry.
gonna have like this big old gold chain that says Nomad.
No, dude, you gotta put it on the inside of your belt.
Nomad.
Just get like some brass knuckles that say Nomad.
Yeah.
No, it'd be like on one eyelid it says no, and on the other says mad. It'd be like,
Oh.
that would
All right.
hurt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lead us
Anyway.
out.
Okay. I mean,
And-
you know where to go. It's down the freeway
Yeah.
a bit out towards, Tullison,
The west
where
side.
that used to be the west side. The plaza that they find it in. When you guys get there, it's not uncommon. Like when you go through the Badlands of Phoenix, most of the buildings are burned out relics. Sort of look like abandoned in various shape of disrepair, but not to the extent of like they're just like laying flat on the ground in rubble and completely destroyed. It's more along the lines of like think zombie apocalypse. Stuff's worn down and whatnot, and signs are broken and whatever. But it's not a situation where like everywhere you look, everything is just flattened and you're only seeing partial walls. But basically, what's happened? The Knight's Call has taken over this what used to be a shopping plaza. They've cordoned it off with cars and I don't want to say rubble, but basically just obstacles to make sort of a wall, so you can control the influx of, the influx of people coming in and out. The shopping center itself is relatively well maintained. Buildings are patched up where they probably had damage done to them. Obviously nothing commercialized or whatnot, so there's still some remains of broken signs and whatnot. From the road, just off the freeway, which I want to say it was, when I pulled up the map, it was get the map again. I want to say it was the old Gateway Pavilion. Let me see, here we go.
Yeah.
Map.
Yeah, it was.
Map
Because that's
on
right
the
there off of the
Yeah.
10 and the 101.
Yep, that's exactly where it's at. Okay. So a visual reference. Yeah, it literally is just off the freeway at one of those, shopping centers out past Tolleson, Gateway Pavilion. So there's like, a couple 2 or 3 story buildings that kind of circle around the plaza itself. Most of them, of course, enclosed in from the road where you can see that where they used to have parking where people would go to shop and whatnot. There's a lot of tents, so it's kind of a tent city looking like on the inside. Many of the light poles are still in service or usable, so those are still kind of up and illuminating the area. But some of them have been modified to help with a little bit more illumination because some of them have fallen or no longer work. From the road, you can tell that in the center of the entire complex, there's probably some sort of like maybe event center. But it's mostly because it's surrounded by more tarps and poles. Think larger open air flea market look, but probably where they may have like a stage or something where they put on like some sort of an event. As you come rolling up to the the complex itself, guards are standing out front, quite literally at a shack that they have that lets vehicles come in or out. They have one of those bars that come down. It could easily be bulldozed down with a decent car, but it's there more for the visual.
Yeah.
And their the Knights Call, all their people tend to take more gothic style look to them. So
Yeah, Missy, you'll like it.
Yeah, I see your face. She's like,
Mm-hmm.
my peeps.
Yeah.
My peeps.
So so I mean, goth raver club sort of thing. Nothing too over the top, because obviously they still have to. It still has to be protective, but it is what it is. So as you guys pull up to the main gate, guy comes walking out, a little bit on the leaner side, but it's clear that he has 2 cyber arms because he has just kind of like a tribalist like vest. It's got some lace kind of coming up the front, so it shows off his arms. He has some work done to them. So he actually has what somebody did is they did laser engraving on his arms. So basically, it would be the equivalent of a tattoo, but laser engraving on the actual cyber arm.
Cool.
Do I know this one?
So yeah, actually, you've seen him before.
Okay.
He wasn't the one.
Is it just the one, or is there? Because there's usually 2.
No, there's actually several out here. He's the only one approaching at this point. They're all like looking your way. You know, they're brandishing rifles or just kind of sitting down near their vehicles and watching it.
I'm just gonna roll up and pull my helmet off and, hey boys.
HC, how are you doing today?
Fine. How are you?
Doing all right. We haven't seen you in these parts. It's been like 2 weeks? What, are you too good for us now?
No, don't be like that. Just busy.
Rex isn't going to like that. He preferred you coming around. Rumor has it you like stiffed him on a deal or something.
Oh.
Well, that's how he views it, but not exactly what happened.
Gotcha. Well,
It's all right. I'll
perception,
work it out with him.
Perception is important. Just a heads up. So, what's the cute little thing you got straddled to your back?
This is my friend Meredith. Isn't she gorgeous?
Yeah.
Hi.
Sup, girl?
We and the car behind us, we're here to see Rex. I didn't call ahead though.
So what about the guy giving us the evil eye on the bike? He with you too?
Somebody's got to get fucking killed.
Yeah. He's he's with me.
So you're rolling with like this much security, and the hell is up with that station wagon? That's like that's like 80s.
It's got to be borderline famous around here.
It's Holiday Road, man.
It's vintage, okay?
Oh, it is vintage. I will give you that. We heard the hole in the radiator a mile away.
Be nice.
Meredith awkwardly gives the guy a wink.
Okay. Awkwardly gives a guy a wink.
She's like, just let us in.
Because she doesn't know how to wink.
I'm trying to play along. That's our party wink.
All right. Go, Meredith. Go ahead and give me a.
Oh no!
Give me an empathy, and I believe it's going to be seduction.
Okay.
She has like the way that she's making it sound. She's like, that's a voluntary -5 to my seduction.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my
Exactly.
essence points.
So I have 0 in seduction, clearly.
Awesome.
I do haven't done enough with you, so let's take a look. That's a D6, right?
Oh.
That's a D10.
D10. Oh, too many games.
Gosh, I'd probably have a better chance of sweet talking this guy.
Mm.
You probably do because I rolled a 2. So
I like how she tried to do the eyes.
Shut,
She tried to do the
Meredith.
eyes on the 2. She's like, I rolled 2.
Oh my god.
And what's your empathy?
9.
All right.
I had a whole.
So
11.
it's 11. I mean,
11.
They're like, that's a number.
yeah, exactly. It's a number.
Hopefully my enhancements speak for me.
Yeah, so they're like,
Yeah, does she get to add 2 for her tits?
2. 4, man.
1 for each.
4, because if I had 4 hands, I give her 4 thumbs up.
damn, what are we, Transor Z all of a sudden? You know, the Athena robot with missile boobies?
Oh man.
Eric over here like Goro.
Yeah, check them out.
he just jumps in front of him and just stomps. You know, like Goro.
That's to get him to bounce.
So, I mean, Hellcat, you heard Meredith, you know, like try to get her seductive on. And honestly, when you heard that, the first thought you went through your head is like, the hell did Syntax see in her?
Yeah, kind of.
And just, it's like, and she's better looking now.
I know Syntax Flirt game is better than that.
Oh.
So they're like, Hellcat, you might want to roll to help.
Look, I brought her because she's pretty, okay?
Go ahead and roll. At this point, empathy and fast talk.
Oh, no.
Exactly.
Why didn't I get seduction?
Exactly. As Brittany said, she's got a great personality.
Oh, man. Empathy and
Fast talk.
fast talk. Oh, man. I gotta find that. Hold on.
Yeah, it's persuasion, fast talk.
There it is. Sorry.
It's okay.
I have a 2 in that now. That's how I spent the last of my points.
All right.
I have 15 points left over. I can't do anything with it. Well, I could.
Sorry.
If I find something else to spend a new one on, I don't know.
Well, hold on. I did that. Wrong.
I've been
Click
hanging around
82.
you guys. I'm picking up on some of the fast talk skill.
That's a 21.
Yay.
And you're sitting here groaning about the fact it was fast talking. You got a 21.
Well, I didn't. I didn't realize that my fast talk was basically the same as my seduction. So.
Yes.
Good with my mouth. What can I say?
Yeah.
Oh,
Usually it's Ort. Ort. So yeah, I mean, you spin doctor it in a way that, like you said, you brought her along. She's pretty.
Yeah.
You didn't bring her along for her words. And they're like, all right. Well, I mean, you know the drill. Leave your weapons. We'll tag them.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn over everything like I usually do.
Okay.
Give him your shit, Meredith.
Oh. Yeah, I'll turn over.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh. What's Eric doing to the dog?
Eric's having to wrestle the dog off screen. Just the dog's like, no.
I don't know what Jables did. Jables is like my my
Poor
little,
Jable.
he's my angel. He does no wrong.
How I feel about Conan.
So you guys get past the security. Again, it's not too big of a deal. You already knew what to expect. They tag your weapons. They put them into a locker, up front, and they let you, drive on in.
I'm assuming they let him know we're here before we get there.
Yeah. Well, they always do. They just, you never really see them do it. They just, flag it. So you guys come rolling on through, and actually parking in part of the parking lot. I mean, it's just pull up to wherever you want. One of the buildings, which was formerly it was formerly a store it was a department store, but it was like one of those cons or like a furniture, rent to own type store. So it had like some various things in it already. Standing out front are a couple guards, some smoking and just kind of shooting the shit. And that's when Hellcat, you see Rex come walking out. He's got he's kind of a paler in skin, got the longer hair, I think. I don't remember.
He's got dark hair.
Yeah, here we go. Hold on one second. I give you guys a picture.
Yeah.
And I kick him, sir. Give me just 1 second to get this pasted in here. Come on. There we go. And I give him a karate chop and I kick him, sir. No, I don't want a GIF. It didn't copy. Okay. Bastards. So let me just drag click. Doink. There we go. However, he is currently without a shirt.
He usually is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Rex?
That's
Yeah.
Rick.
Oh, okay.
Sexy Rexy.
That is sexy Rexy. And a fair warning out of character, Meredith. He can easily go toe to toe with me in seduction. So.
Oh dear. Now I remember we had
There we are.
previously, so
There he is.
Yes. Now you get to meet him as Meredith.
Yep. There he
So-
is.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as I park the bike, I'm gonna turn to Meredith and whisper, just remember that you haven't met him yet, and you're Meredith.
oh man.
Oh, Brittany approves.
He looks like the guy from
she says
Highly
yeah.
Suspect, man.
He kind of does, yeah.
I don't think I've seen that.
He's a real life version of like Nero from Devil May Cry. It's ridiculous.
He's a good time.
So he comes walking out. He obviously from that picture. I mean, he doesn't have a coat on currently. He's currently without his shirt. Very well toned. No noticeable, cybernetics or anything of that nature. He has his pants
Comparable
on.
in body type to me, then.
He's got he's got obviously his pants and boots on, but the only other thing is he has a sidearm strapped to his side, which he usually has at most times. And so he approaches and he says, "So you brought in entourage this time with you, Hellcat?"
Well,
They're clearly not here to conduct business like you usually do. Although I do like the thing standing next to you. Hello, my name is
thing?
Rex.
You're so rude.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Meredith.
Meredith. Good to make your acquaintance. Go ahead and give me a willpower roll.
Willpower?
And, well, you don't have seduction, so give a willpower roll and a d10. Never mind.
Oh man.
Never mind.
Yeah, just never mind.
Baby.
Yeah.
Or my own.
I mean, if you want to roll, really, the only thing you need to do is avoid a 1. You're gonna fail either way.
Hey, baby.
I told you.
Where is willpower? I don't see willpower.
Willpower should be will. It's one of your attributes. Oh, sorry. Jesus.
It's great when the DM is like, "You're gonna fail anyway."
It's your-
It's because we got
Sure.
like 18 games.
Yeah,
man.
it's your
That's a
cool.
lot of systems to.
Oh my cool. Okay. So but don't even like.
Yeah, go
like-
ahead and roll. You're
try.
going to fail. The only thing you need to avoid is a 1.
I have an 8 in cool. Oh shit! And I got a 9.
Okay,
I
not
got a
bad.
17, but I still failed.
Yeah. No, yeah. Unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I.
She's like, "Is it really though?"
She's like,
So he gently takes your hand and he kisses the top and he says, "Hellcat did not tell me she had another beautiful associate. I'm a little upset that she's holding out. Hopefully you'll stay around a little while longer."
Yeah.
I brought you a replacement, and you're still complaining.
You brought me a replacement to what, dear?
Our prior deal. I didn't forget. I just told
Oh.
you that I couldn't fulfill that portion because that bitch ran off. But I brought a new one.
Oh.
Interesting. So Meredith here is a peace offering.
Yeah, and out of character. That's because for those who may be joining in, that's because she was here last time,
She was.
but without the
She was here as,
enhancements.
Yes.
Rusty.
Yes.
Yeah. She was here as Rusty, and we were supposed to have a little getaway with Rex to help cover the cost of part of Locke's bounty. And we still owe him. I just neglected to mention that before we came.
Whoopsie.
And I'm not sorry.
I don't think Rusty is either, man.
I don't think she's sorry either. So
Rusty
You're
really
welcome.
has like big heart eyes, so I don't.
yeah,
think
exactly.
Yeah.
I don't feel bad at all. I gotta keep my associates happy.
So Dane is just kind of standing in the back at this point, just watching and keeping a lookout. Kind of going more military at this point to distance himself from the schmoozing that's going on right now.
Yeah, I literally just have to ignore that he's there.
Yeah. So he said. So then Rex looks to Kat and he says, "So then, introductions, or do they just need to shout it out?"
No, so obviously, this is Meredith, who you've already met.
Mhm.
Out of character, sorry. I
He and I have
obviously
met.
don't want to give him Locke's actual name. So
So you're gonna make something up?
yep,
Okay.
gonna make something up.
So why?
McLovin?
So
That
McLovin. So why? Okay. So since you're just gonna make something, let's make it fun, and
It's-
let's see if we can
okay,
find
I
a
got
random handle generator.
oh, I got this. I don't know why I don't know why this is what came to me.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna kind of like motion over my shoulder. The surly looking one, that's Scooter. And then the one in the in the vintage family mobile, that's Mac. That's who you're.
We know.
Scooter.
We know.
That's who
Yeah.
you wanted. I don't know
He
why
has
that came to my mind.
he has actually met Mac. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna remind him that that's Mac, and then you've met Dane too, but he's security. So
Fucking
see, you
Scooter.
know all of us almost. That's Scooter.
Scooter.
Yeah.
I'm mentally writing this in fucking stone, dude.
That's for jumping through my fucking window.
Damn Scooter, dude. That's not even this game,
I
man.
I don't care. Anita can't get payback because she's trying to help everybody stay alive, but I can.
Karma across games. Look out. Nice. So he's
All right,
like,
Scooter.
so he's all
Fuck.
Scooter. All
Yeah.
right. So
I mean, because look, he's got his little motorcycle and he scoot. Scooter.
okay, yes. So he says,
There's tears of anger in my eyes, man. I'm cryingly mad.
he's like Gemma Sao Tome and you know, from Ranma One Half.
Sorry.
So he said, so he scratches his head just a couple seconds and just goes with it. All right.
Well, that's everybody.
So you brought an entourage and a peace offering, but it didn't sound like you were wanting to discuss that particular deal.
No. So, if that's not why I came today. I do have some business I would like to discuss with you privately. But,
All right.
really, we just, trying to kill two birds with one stone. I'd like to talk to you, but I know that you and Mac need to converse as well. So, you asked me to bring him, and here we are.
So, gentlemen, if you will give me a moment to converse with Kat, I will make myself available for whatever conversation that you wish to have, in particular, like the nomads. I believe Kat will need an interpreter at this point, so I will be requisitioning the services of Miss Meredith here. So if you could give us just a moment or two of your time. Please, by all means, there's food. There is some shopping to do if you would like.
Wow.
You got any chocolate and Mr. Pibb around here?
Chocolate and Mr. Pip.
Yeah.
Hellcat, you found Jill, didn't you? Because I know of few people who enjoy Mr. Pibb.
I just tasted this stuff the other day and it was awesome. I'm just saying.
There's
This
really
is
no point in me
brand
lying to him,
new.
so I'll just give him a nod.
Okay. Yes, we have some from a prior guest. So you're welcome to actually have as much of it as you would like. Chocolate, however, can be found with some of the confectionaries
I was just looking at. I just want to make
towards the center of the camp.
Okay, I'll make my way around that way. I'll ask. Hey, Scooter, you want to come with?
God damn it. Yeah, man, let's scoot on over there.
Go scoot.
Bitch.
And as we're after we get out of earshot, I kind of elbow rib him in the side and say, I'm so sorry about that.
You're not sorry, man. You're not sorry one damn bit. I'm taking mental notes.
Dane slaps you on the back and he says, "Well, I promise not to tell your family because I can imagine what's going to happen if your sister gets a hold of this."
Oh my god. I appreciate it, Dane.
Yeah. Apache oath here, right, man? I'm not going to. No. That stands between us.
What stays in Knight's Call, what happens in Knight's Calls camp stays in Knight's Calls camp.
That's right. That's right.
Scooter.
I can appreciate that.
I'm just gonna pass by Rex and head for
The
his
office, yeah, the
with
room.
Meredith.
Yeah. Okay.
Hors d'oeuvres.
I'm gonna walk behind Helicat, and I'm just kind of just like
So the inside of this place has been retooled into like a barracks. It's like a barracks, but obviously some of the old furniture and whatnot has been reused in here, so it's more comfortable. But I mean, there's still like rooms cordoned off by sectionals and whatnot where people have they lay down. So it's a lot of their laymen end up in here that are the like the lower end guys or whatnot. Rex, however, has up on the second floor a converted office space. So think in the sense of like they just took an IKEA room and retooled it for purposes of personal use, which doesn't take too much. Scoot. Is that like skeet?
You have to ask him, not me.
Yeah. Oof. Hold on.
Oh, rude.
I'm telling Santa you called me Scooter.
Okay. Yeah. So the two of you get brought up. We will skip over the more not child friendly appropriate things that are probably taking place.
I didn't even realize that was taking place right now.
Yes. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll your cool.
And Dean is outside.
and your seduction. Now, I should correct myself. If you roll a 10, obviously that's good. If you roll a 1, obviously that's really bad. I'll put it this way: my dice love me. So,
shit.
If you're trying to resist, roll.
I got a 16. So
go ahead and roll. Just Meredith, just don't roll a 1.
Okay.
oh my god, did you really?
I rolled a 2.
Okay. Close, but at least not auto fail.
It's just because it's your first time with Rex. You'll be fine.
Okay, Hellcat, what'd you get?
16.
16 total?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's not very high.
I rolled a 2. I've got 9 in cool and 5 in. I know. I did not roll very high.
Okay.
Clearly, it's been a while since I've seen him.
It is. So I'll just put it this way, rather than go into gory details. He walked away from that with above a 30.
Damn.
There was no way.
Right.
There was just no way.
I rolled 2 10s.
There was no way.
So, yeah. So we'll say 45 minutes of.
That's it.
Well, there was supposed to be business, so.
We're on a timeline.
Yep.
I mean, that is quick for him, I guess.
Yes. So while they are currently literally detained, you guys are walking through. You guys are walking through the camp. It is very much set up like many of your 80s and 90s post-apocalyptic films. There's personal tents all over the place. I mean, you guys have been to Wasteland, so you know the visual. In towards the center, they have a lot of personal tents set up that act as, which would probably act as like the little kiosks in malls. So they've got several different ones set up where they're cooking little things here or there, or they've got knickknacks for sale. Basically, it's kind of like a mini bazaar in the very middle with a stage that's set up for purposes of addressing the crowd as needed, it looks like, or putting on a show. But in the little bazaar here in the middle, there's a good smattering of just about anything you could possibly want. It looks like.
Legal or illegal, probably.
Correct, yeah. Yes. Because the one thing you guys would know is they are the only gang really that is, for the most part, okay with everybody.
Mm.
They have the envious position of being the one gang that nobody really fights with, because they So they often act as middlemen or like a neutral zone sort of thing if talks need to happen.
That's how we get so much work out of them.
So, well, that's also how they do a lot of their business too. So, if other people other gangs need something offloaded or whatnot, a lot of times they can come through Knight's Call.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything in particular you guys are looking for to do?
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
You sound like the lady on SpongeBob. Chocolate.
So you find Mac, you end up walking around, going like vendor to vendor and looking for chocolate. You end up finding one that is using a retooled snack cart.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it was fairly easy to spot when you got close to it because there's all kinds of colors coming off this bad boy. A lot of them are Skittle or Jelly Belly type candies.
All right.
So it's like they've got like a couple different small trays where you can pick up little baggies of assorted candy. You can see that there's prices laid out. They do actually have some chocolate bars. They're unwrapped, so it's always listed as mystery chocolate. I mean it's in foil, but they don't have the actual designator what it is.
Paper wrapper, yeah.
Yeah. But they are going for $20 a pop.
Good thing you're rich.
Yeah, spend that money, boy.
Well, I'm gonna buy like 3 of those, and
Mac's like, give me that chocolate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy like
Just kidding. I'll take 2, please.
I know.
Yeah.
Maybe have a sample.
Yeah. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. How about I give you 10 cents? Let me suck out the bubbles.
Can you put it in my hands?
How much for one rib?
Right. How about just taste the barbecue sauce?
Yeah.
Off your fingers. That's so gross.
Exactly. Then you break out the money. You got change for 100?
No, you know what? I'm gonna get 5 of them.
Whoa.
Okay.
He's all about family, man.
So you clear
spender.
her out of the chocolate bars that she has.
Okay.
But she does not mind.
And how much is the random little Jelly Belly type one drop?
Those are still manufactured and are easy to replicate. So if you're looking to get like a little baggie of assortment, it's $1.
Oh, okay. Then that knocks down my total. Okay, let's just put it this way. I have $1,024.
You
I'm
want
gonna
all
walk
of it?
out of there with $900 only. So I'm spending, aside from my $100 in chocolate, I'm spending $24 in candy.
Woo!
Well, wait. I want to find some of this Mr. Pibb. So I need to find Mr. Pibb and
You sound like such a sugar addict.
yeah, seriously, this is
Damn it,
real,
Jill.
real stuff. And I need to find some Mr. Pibb to take back to my sisters too.
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Mac.
collectively
Mac
spending-
sounds like he would be at home in Demolition Man right now. He's like, everybody goes to Taco Bell.
I hope the nomads have dentists.
So
Agree,
I just need to
Brittany.
find a couple cans, a 2-liter something of Mr. Pibb. If they have more than one, then
He
great.
just brings home a keg of Mr. Pibb.
I know, right? Like the syrup.
I don't know what I'm supposed to mix it with.
ourselves.
I know, right?
Okay, give me another roll. All right, so as you're searching through the vendors, you end up, you find that not many people sell them by the actual 2-liter. Usually they sell them by the cup or whatnot, like they're just there for people walking around. And in fact, because recycling is still big in a lot of areas, what they're doing is they're giving some of the people that come by, they're giving them plastic baggies with straws with soda in it.
Interesting.
But
Mexico.
yes, exactly. You want straw?
Like
straw? I had that happen to me at one point, and the accent was so bad. Like the buddy of mine we were there with, we tried to get a soda, and he got handed, or he didn't. He ended up getting handed a plastic baggie of soda, and he's kind of looking at it like weird. And the lady's like, "You want straw? Straw? You want straw?" And and he's like, and he looked at us, and we're like, I don't know. And he's like, sure. And so she opens a bag and puts a bendy straw in there and hands it to him.
Damn,
just straight up.
That's so crazy.
But you do end up finding a person who is selling shit out of the back of a truck. So they have like a random assortment of things, some of which is, a couple leftover cases of soda. One of which they do have 1 2-liter Mr. Pibb available. Then they also have this one called Mountain Lightning.
Oh my God.
That one is pretty good, man.
All right. Well, how much for the 2-liter and the case of Mountain Lightning?
You're looking at 20 a pop.
Okay. And I have $24 in candy in addition to the chocolate.
Sure.
So done.
So you just bought $164 worth of sugar?
Pretty much.
For kids.
I've got 4 younger siblings that are each getting a chocolate bar, and then
Aww.
You don't even eat that sugar with your nose?
We are heavy on the drugs tonight. It's a bad thing we're at night's call.
So you end up buying that, and he's like, hey, so I can't help but notice you are packing a lot of candy.
yeah.
You don't know about the good stuff, do you?
Oh no.
Oh man, here comes the hustler, man.
What good stuff?
So you're a candy aficionado, like you like candy, or are you buying it for somebody else?
A little bit of both.
Okay. Oh, so you sample. Okay. All right. So I don't know if you know. All right. I got this thing. All right. I'll tell you what. I'll let you have a sample. Sample free. All right. So he goes in the back, gets into a little pouch, and there's this. It's a white stick, right? And he dabs it in a little cup of something.
Here we go, man.
He dabs it a little bit in a little cup, and the cup.
Candy crack, man.
The cup is like one of those little self-serving, like you would pump ketchup or something. So it's not very big, but there's some sort of like powdery substance that's in there, and he dips.
God, I hope that's just a fun dip.
And
man.
And he dips the white stick into it, and he says, "Okay."
Is it just a fun dip?
He says, "Take a bite off the tip."
Just the tip.
That looks like drugs.
Candy, drugs. I mean,
yeah.
Same.
Like, hey man, I'm like all natural. This isn't like gonna get me messed up here, is it?
no, of course not. No, did you want that sort of thing? I mean, there's other guys selling.
No, absolutely not. No, this is just sugar candy.
Yeah.
Oh, then we're all just paranoid.
Not like nose candy.
Oh, no candy.
Yeah, it's like, no, you're kind of blurring the lines there. You want some of that, I can direct you to a guy.
No, I like this is like I'm not an aficionado here. This is a first time for me. But
Oh,
I want to grab
I
Mac's
know.
hand and just start moving it to his mouth.
Okay. Okay.
all right,
it.
so
Okay. The stick is like pure hardened sugar.
okay.
And the powder, the red kind of powdery stuff that got put on there is like red cherry. Yeah, it was Fun Dip. It's literally what it is.
Mac is going to be like a 5-year-old after all this.
And I know you've had Fun Dip before. A lot of people have had that. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like Kool-Aid that you dip candy into.
Pretty much, yep.
How much are these?
Okay, so I got a case. So we can and these basically come in a pack. And this pack comes with the one white stick, and you got 3 flavors in it. All right.
Okay.
I can let you have a pack for 25.
Like what you just showed me right there, a pack.
No.
Taste,
And that was a taste. He unfolds it and shows you how it works. It's got the stick on the side, and it's like a pack that has a little pouch in each of 3 different flavors. It's like cherry, grape, and something else. We'll say watermelon, even though it's not one of the flavors.
I look at not speaking it out loud, but I look over at Locke and Dean, and is that a good deal?
Dane shrugs. He's like, I don't do candy really, but I mean, you're looking at something that isn't really manufactured frequently, and it looks like you're getting more out of it than you would with those jelly beans. Those were $1 a bag.
I'll take 3.
He's like, my man. All right. Pulls out. He basically, you see him pull open what had been a factory sealed case. So it was like, box about yay big. Pops it open and pulls out, three bags of the Fun Dip, hands it to you. He says, see, now I tell you, and there's 3 different flavors. You're going to love them. All right. But you really want your mind blown.
Oh gosh.
No.
It's gonna be Pop Rocks, man.
Because I've got one other thing, and if you are a candy aficionado, you're you're a candy virgin, and you are experimenting, you have to try this.
Okay.
He says, "All right, hold out your hand."
Hold out my hand.
Okay, so he takes a little pouch and drops a couple, rock looking things into your palm.
Looks like meth.
But these are purple.
If it's blue, it just still looks like it.
Yeah.
No, Mr. Officer. Pop rocks.
Oh my god.
I swear I'm not lying to my tooth.
Through my tooth.
Well, wait.
No, it's one tooth. It's collective one tooth. A half of one here, a third of one here.
A sliver.
Not counting.
But by the time Derek gets done with his candy shopping, his clan is going to have the dental equivalent of a comb over. They're going to have like no teeth on this side, and the rest of them kind of going this way. So he puts a couple. I mean, they're really small, so they're not like big. He says, "All right, pop that in your mouth." Oh, you popped that in your mouth. Okay, so I mean, you immediately taste the grape, which is very similar to the other candy in that sense that it's sugar coated and it's got that. But the next thing you feel and hear is that popping sound going off. It's all, and it kind of tickles a little bit.
He said, "What the fuck is going on?"
He said, "Those are Pop Rocks, baby. They don't even make this shit anymore."
How much are those?
Added.
So he's like, and he shows you the baggie, and he says, "I can let one of these go to you, $40."
Whew. I was gonna say 50. That's a good deal.
That's a good deal, man. Buy that shit.
Hellcat would want those.
He just buys a couple and keeps them for himself.
Yeah,
Everyone buy it. You just say, "Buy that shit."
Yep, as Brittany says, we need an intervention.
Yeah. Oh god,
I'm not-
him and Jill. Oh
I'm not a
no.
virgin- I'm not a virgin to business. I've already done some business with you, and The nature of business is to make a profit.
Right.
I'll give you $85 for 3.
Okay, so you're trying to barter. Go ahead and give it a roll. You need to go empathy, and you are looking for persuasion and fast talk.
I got a 2 in it now. And empathy. Okay, so I'm calculating.
I think your mom is watching. She says, "Don't sneeze with a mouthful of those." Yeah. True. That's gonna hurt.
Boom! 9. That makes 19.
That's pretty good. I was
All
like, why are
right.
you so excited for 9?
No, I rolled it. Well, 90.
Oh.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So he's like, 85 for 3. Why don't we go 90? 90 for 3.
Because that's all I got, man.
That's all you got? I've been seeing you flash that cred stick around here. Don't give me that. Come on now.
I got to have an even dollar amount left. That's how much change I have.
Go buy some more jelly beans.
He's all, oh shit. He's all scratching. He's like, he's got a point.
I see Eric over there like this, and I'm like,
Oh.
all right. But next time I see you, I want a good deal.
Good deal on what?
On whatever.
So I'll tell you what then. All right, I'll tell you what. So we'll go 90 on the 3 packs, and I'll cut you in on the next shipment we get in. How's that? You get first dibs.
Done.
All right, my man. You are gonna party tonight.
Or somebody's just gonna get diabetes.
Exactly. Wilfred, whatever his name is. I'm here to talk to you.
Brimley?
Yeah, Wilfred Brimley. I'm here to talk to you about diabetes.
Diabetes.
Either that or I'm going to communicate with the aliens from Cocoon.
Yeah.
That could be a possibility too. Yes. Yep.
That was Wilfred Brimley. I
Yep,
think it came
that
back
sure
to
was.
him because he had good oatmeal.
So, right now Meredith's screen is totally appropriate because she's probably blacked out.
Understandable. Am I conscious?
So you guys, at this point, Dane is looking at Mac and kind of looks over at Locke, and he's just like, you and Jill probably need to talk.
What? This is for my family, man.
Sure. Okay.
You want a jelly bean?
Want a single pop rock?
A single pop rock.
One.
I'll take a jelly bean. How's that?
All right, I reach in there, I grab a couple of them, something like that. Offer a little bag.
Sure.
Because
Pops it
I
in.
bought $25 worth of freaking candy.
Yeah, I know. You got plenty. He's like, all right, so we're still shopping. We're doing the womanly thing here. So Scooter, what's your stop?
No, I was with him, man. I was watching, or remember when I put his hand up towards his mouth so he could try the candy?
No, I know. That's Dane talking to you. He's saying, Scooter, where's your stop? We found what Mac wanted.
I don't really dig candy, man, but I could go for a pretzel, man. Is there a Wetzel's pretzel around here?
Wetzel's pretzels. You know, I don't know. Let's go take a look.
Let's go take a look, man.
Is there an auntie, whatever that place is?
Is there an anti pretzels around here? I just need a pretzel real bad.
Get some cheese dip.
I mean, there was a
Always
Costco
a cheese
over
dip.
in that center at one time.
Cinnabon in this shopping center.
I know. Cinnabon. Yeah.
I'll lose my shit if there's a Cinnabon here, man.
Good luck.
So you guys go wandering off. At this point, Locke, you're trying to find like a pretzel. Unfortunately, I don't have like anything pretzel based.
I got you.
Bread based like that, because again, that goes back to they don't really grow it for that reason. The grains like that tend to go towards fuel now. So if anything, it would be a kibble pretzel, and that just
Oh,
exactly that just
That don't sound
that's a
good.
dog treat.
exactly that's just completely unimpressive. However,
That doesn't sound too bad.
you do, and again, nomads aren't the only ones that repurpose things. A lot of people tend to, do that just because it's easier, when you're not in the corporate lifestyle. But two, a lot of times shit still works. So why throw it away? So one of the venues you go through, because again, it's like an open air bazaar. They've got, and you go to, I don't want to say it's the food court, but there are a couple of food vendors that are here grilling or whatnot. So it has kind of a carniceria sort of smell to it going on with people cooking out and whatnot. However, one entrepreneur bastard towards the very end of this little food court bazaar portion of where you're at, he's got most everything here is still branded. So he's got kind of the stand, he's got a cover, and they're even wearing little aprons that they're patchwork. Obviously they've had to be like repaired and redone, but they're for Orange Julius.
Oh man,
Gosh.
I am definitely gonna have an Orange Julius.
And and true to the name, most of the stuff they've got here are repurposed juices and whatnot. So,
Do you guys mind if we take a quick break?
nope, not at all.
Gotta tuck in my kid.
Boo.
Rude.
I know.
Sounds like I might need to do the same thing.
Yeah, no problem. So then, those of you guys watching, give us about maybe 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
We'll go to a break real fast and enjoy the new tunes. So,
Thank you.
uno momento. Pop rocks.
All right, I'll be right back, guys.
Alrighty, so let me go ahead and kill the music. Hope you guys enjoy the new tunes. Oh, we got some stuff on my face. All right, and we're done with that.
That's facial hair.
All right, yay! So we are back. Took me a little bit longer than anticipated, but that's okay. All right, so since she isn't back just yet, we will continue on with Mac, Scooter, and Dane. So you guys have found said Orange Julius.
Yep.
As well as, of course, some other eateries, carts, grills in this particular area.
You need to find people in full costume of hot dog on a stick, pumping lemonade.
The chicks making the lemonade.
Yeah.
With them, like, they're like fezzes on.
Yeah. Those are terrible outfits. I swear. So, are you guys going to partake in any drinking or?
I would like to try some of this Orange Julius, man.
All right. So their drinks are $2 a pop.
I will gladly hand over 2 creds for one of those.
All right, 2 creds. Ba-dow.
Ditto.
All right, no problem. So you guys cough up some cash. Now the drink is it probably was orange at one point in time. It does have the flavor. But it was probably pre-pack of some kind, like it came from concentrate. Uh-oh, the mom unit hears all the game gossip. Dun dun dun.
She has opinions too.
Oh, gotcha. So so then I take it she's pro Double Dane.
I think she missed the first part of this game. I'm not even sure she knows where I am right now, so maybe if we could just not relive the first part, that'd be good.
Aw.
She'll just watch it later.
Skip to the happily ever after.
Yeah, at the end of that 45 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, if you're going to climb around, then you need to go over here. Hop down. Thank you. Had Hope trying to climb all over me.
See, Meredith is reapplying her lipstick.
I'm.
Dang, girl.
That was a long 45 minutes.
Hors d'oeuvres.
All right, so.
Can I get some seconds, please?
Jesus Christ.
Did we pick our own desserts?
Oh. Well, Brittany, I would imagine you wouldn't tell her about Colin either, right? She's like, oh, it's okay. I don't tell my mom about Luke.
My mom knows about Luke.
So, for those of you who are watching and don't know, these are all references to Ashland by Night at this point. So, you guys are drinking at this point and enjoying the free market economy of Night's Call. So the lights illuminate just a bit, and every part of Meredith and Hellcat's body has that pins and needles feeling.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
This isn't like last time, is it?
No.
So did I miss out on a character? Did they imbibe of something?
No.
Oh, they were imbibing, man.
Yeah, no.
They were imbibing.
Yeah.
We imbibed in the vibe.
Yeah.
There you go.
They enjoyed the motion of the ocean.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so without getting too in depth, but yes. So
they have a little bit too much sugar, not unlike Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar daddy.
Sugar.
Yeah. Yeah, quote unquote.
Sugar.
But when you finally you're recovering, it's one of those things that, like, first your mind comes back to you, and your mind registers that your body is not operating the way it's supposed to. So it's like you try to it's like you try to raise a knee to like roll and your arm like flops over to the side. It's like, and then when you try to like roll your head, your hips roll, the way it's like just nothing is just working according to fashion, the way it's supposed to. It takes you a good 15 minutes to actually wake up and let your mind reconfigure to the way your body is supposed to move. Rex is standing at the other end of the bed at this point, just getting dressed.
Of course he is.
And he just motions around the room, and he's like, Meredith, your items are over there. Hellcat, yours are back up on the lamp. I don't know why you keep aiming that way.
It's just my spot. I mean, it's a good hanging place,
Apparently, yes. So since you're still a captive audience, did you want to discuss the other part of this negotiation, or was this the only reason for the visit? Not that I mind, of course.
I would, but as I said, I'd prefer a private.
We are in private.
I'm just kind of gonna give Meredith a look.
I will put my chonies on and meet you in the front room.
It won't take long.
Yeah, this wasn't take this long, but okay. See you in a few.
So Meredith, when you are walking out to the front room, you are taking probably the smallest steps that you've taken since you were maybe 2. You're just kind of with that careful padding that somebody does sometimes when they're in intense pain, but you're not really in intense pain. So it takes you a little bit longer, obviously, to get to the door, but you're just like, just.
I'm gonna muster what I can of my self-respect and walk out.
And walk out. Yep. So, and she shuts the door.
I'm gonna get up and get dressed.
Okay.
Before we talk business.
You're moving at about the same pace.
Yeah. Speaking to Rex, what do you know about drug shipments coming through the city?
Well, lots of drugs get shipped through this city. It's
not the typical kind that we generally deal with.
Do you want to be a little bit more specific?
I'm talking the last batch that you and I had a transaction with. I'm talking a rarer find than that.
I take it since you're discussing this with me, you have a sample?
Well, I found one, and I don't know much about it, and I was hoping maybe you might. So I'm gonna pull it out of my arm and hand the vial over. Okay.
So he takes the vial and he walks over to his desk where he has a little lab kit, there. So he opens the vial just a little bit and puts it on a slide and starts looking at it to see just what is actually in there. Slide kind of rolls into a little computer bay. You can see the light kind of going back over it, almost as if it's scanning it like a picture scanner would. Mm-hmm. And then he comes back up, and it's got a breakdown of like the chemical compounds that are found in the actual liquid. And he's like, "This is interesting. So where exactly did you find this?
The side of the road.
Really? You don't strike me as the type for roadkill, so would you care to elaborate a little?
Sure, if you care to elaborate a little.
Yeah, I just did. It's all over the bed.
Oh, dang! It's so quick, man. He's got those on
Too
deck.
soon?
Those
Oh
are
my gosh.
that's
He is so
that's good.
frustrating.
It's so good.
I know. It's so awful playing against him. He throws me off so bad. Uh I really don't know more than that. Obviously I'm not gonna give you the source that I got it from. But that was literally what I was told, is that it was off a truck on the side of the road.
Okay, so go ahead and give me a cool and persuasion fast talk check.
Oh my god, these rolls suck tonight. 17.
17. All right. So he gives you that look again. And it's that same look like you got frequently the last time you're here, and you're just like, it's one of those you're just like, you know, for a response. And he's like,
Not fair.
go ahead and let me know. Explain. I'm happy to share, but I don't do the holding back game.
I'm not holding back. That's all I know. That's
You
all I
found
know.
this alongside the road.
No, I told you I got it from someone else. They found it on the side of the road.
And do they have a name? Or are we talking 7 of 9?
I mean, they have a name, yes, but I don't particularly like exposing my associates.
So you're okay with exposing yourself, but you won't expose your associates?
I mean, that's typically how I seem to function. So, everyone else but me.
Please give me the information.
Basically, she's trying, man. Just let's just start a conversation.
Very well, then. I will limit my responses accordingly.
I'm happy to give you information as you give me information.
Well, that's not how it works.
And how does it work?
The inverse of that. You brought this to me. And now you're being all shifty about how you obtained it.
Not shifty. I'm just trying to be protective. The only thing I know about this is that it's some kind of experimental military something. And I don't really want who I got from to suffer because it's now in my.
So go ahead and roll your empathy and persuasion fast talk.
Oh, come on, Brad. 23.
23. Okay. Well, then I will work a deal with you. And I will. I still don't see why I have to do this, given the fact I've been very good to you in the past. But I will respect the privacy of the individual or individuals who found said roadkill drug and just happened to have turned it over to you. for a price to be named later, since you are very keen on protecting your friends, which I actually find very admirable. So I do not wish to break that of you.
You should. Unfortunately, I would do the same for you, I'm sure.
You wish me to break that out of you?
No, I'm saying I'm sure I would defend you, so.
Well, of course. But that's because you have good taste.
Hmm. Hmm.
He says, but do you see the breakdown, the chemical breakdown that's currently on the screen?
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that you know nothing about chemicals outside of how to imbibe them and how much they sell for. And that's not an insult. Not many people do.
That would be accurate.
But he pulls over another slide. And you see one, you end up seeing one that looks similar. And it's easy enough because when you get down to the chemical compound, I mean, it literally is looking like a picture, like you can layer over one of the other one, and they, the way the chemicals line up, it looks very similar. But there's a couple branch off here and there that make it different. But initially at its base, it looks very similar. So it's highly possible it's based off the same one.
Do I know that particular whatever?
No.
Okay.
He says this hit the market about 5 years ago. This is a military drug. They called it a Reaper strain initially.
And they finally
Why is
added
that?
the Grim.
Because of its deadly effects.
I mean, I assumed, but.
Well, as you're well aware, since you deal, or at least have dealt, I don't know what your status is in that particular realm as of late, but since you have dealt with drugs in the past, you would know that it's not uncommon that the governments of the world they're always angling for the next super soldier, the next big thing.
Of course. I mean, that's how we ended up with Black Lace in the first place.
Correct. This goes beyond Black Lace.
Now you have my attention.
So what we have here, and he pulls up the original one, he says this is, or at least was, Reaper. He says, now the known effects of Reaper is it heightened the senses and obviously the strength and animalistic acumen of the user. In a sense, you could say it turned them primal.
Right.
But
Okay.
not so much that they were out of control. They could still there were difficulties with their cognitive capabilities, such as vocal communications, but they still understood. Now, what you have here matches this to such a degree that it looks like this is a new version of that Reaper drug. The interesting thing about this compound that I've never been able to figure out, I'm of course only an amateur chemist, is he pulls down a breakdown. He says many of the chemical compounds found in both strains that you see here are also found within the brain. It shares a similar liquidity. Now, of course, it goes without saying that the drug obviously affects the brain of the user, but it almost it almost looks as if the way this particular drug is designed is it's designed within a human brain.
And then extracted?
And then extracted, exactly. Almost as if It was a cranial petri dish.
Oof.
Oh gosh.
Now, I don't know why.
Las Vegas adrenochrome.
I don't know why. I don't know what the significance is there, but that is awfully specific. And if you're trying to track this down, it's probably how you'll do it.
That is exceptionally specific and slightly disturbing. Huh.
The other interesting thing that I found here, obviously, that the chemical compounds is that of a drug, but there's also DNA.
Is there one specific strain, or is it?
Well, based upon
Multiple.
the two samples that I'm looking at here, it looks like they're probably still the same.
So
I'm just not a geneticist, so I have no way of tracking that down. And I've never really had a reason to.
just to clarify, he's saying that the old sample and the new sample contain similar DNA or the same DNA?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just taking notes. So.
Yes. He says, obviously, stemming from the fact that there is similar compounds found within the human brain, it's likely that this is being harvested within the same brain. Or a clone, if you believe in that sort of thing.
Oof.
Dang.
Well, it's certainly possible, isn't it?
I suppose.
Is there any way to track the DNA to the person?
I suppose you could.
I'm assuming I'm asking your opinion, I suppose. Going through.
How deep do you wish to go into this? Because
no.
given the fact that this particular drug is not on the market, it does not have a known label outside of the rumor that it's been given, would indicate that it's very deep in some sort of black ops pocket of some kind, or very secret. So by poking around looking for said DNA, you're probably sending up fireworks.
Sure.
You may just want to leave this one alone, little kitty cat.
They won't. I expect that you'll be in touch then for my half of this arrangement.
I will, yes. I won't make it long. I am a debased creature by nature, so I'm sure I'll think of something soon.
I'm sure. Thank you for the information.
You are welcome.
The visit.
Well, you're always in need of a good repair, so feel free to stop by anytime.
I'm sure I'll be back.
And don't forget that, Meredith is a part of your little deal.
Oh.
So when you've had a chance to, of course, exit the room and explain your findings, just let her know she's attached.
All right. Well, I mean, after today, I doubt she'll mind. So
good.
After today,
I'll confirm that with you later, and then you just let me know when you'd like us to come see ya.
I most certainly will.
All right. I'm just gonna take my stuff and leave before I get in deeper trouble.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna go find Meredith.
Okay. So Meredith, you're finally dressed at this point. You're out in what would be the equivalent of his living room / office. And at this point, Hellcat comes walking out with the same slow sort of walk pattern that you had.
I'm just kind of sitting on whatever lounging chair or couch there is.
Go. Come on, we gotta go. Let's just go. Just go, and we'll talk on the way. I'm gonna pull her up off the couch. Go.
Okay, I'm coming.
And we're just gonna short shuffle our way outside.
Okay. So as you guys, as you two are, walking down the steps and exiting back out through the front of the building, some of the gang members are like, and they're like nudging each other.
I'm just gonna flip them off.
I'm gonna give my awkward wink.
The award-winning wink.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, her pants are blazing for you, Newton Crosby.
Once we're outside, I'm just gonna link arms with her as we're walking behind the boys and kind of lean over and
by this point they've made it back to the vehicles. They're just kind of sitting around and BSing, and Mac has got like this gigantic stash of various candies.
I'm just gonna lean to Meredith. I hope you're ready for round 2 because it's coming soon.
I don't.
Mac, that's a lot of candy, dude.
What do I tell Sin?
What?
What do I tell Sin?
You don't.
We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, okay.
Hors d'oeuvres.
And so Dane looks to the two of you and he's like,
I can't even look at him. So
yeah, so then when you do that and not look at him, he's like, never mind. Never mind.
Mac, what did you do? Buy every candy that they had?
Just the chocolate.
Does your tribe do you guys toothbrushes? Because you're gonna need some extra strength. Something.
I feel like we should call you Willy Wonka. I mean, you are like the candy man.
The golden ticket.
No, I just like, I know my sisters like stuff, but I'm not gonna give it all to them to just gorge themselves. I mean, I'm not unhealthy like that. I don't keep this figure by just doing all that stuff.
Just use it responsibly.
Rex is in more of a business mode if you want to talk to him now.
Okay.
So speaking of which, as you guys are back at the vehicles, you notice that Locke's motorcycle has been replaced.
Replace?
I'm gonna clock out now. I'm gonna go home and lay down in child's pose.
So did they replace it with a scooter?
Yes.
I fucking hate you.
Specifically the scooter from GoBots.
Oh,
It's not even Transformers, man. That's like the
It's like
dollar, the Family Dollar
dollar
value.
Yep, pretty much.
He's such an asshole. He's such an asshole. Oh my god. Don't Locke, don't worry.
True story.
It's
We'll get your mic back.
True story. When I was a child, I asked for Transformers for Christmas.
You got GoBots because they're
My
cheaper.
mother got me GoBots, and the Transformers So I was like, you know what? Okay, well, fine. So it was like
Okay, well,
Transformers.
fine.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you have to set on fire.
But those are the good toys back then. The Transformers, they could beat up the GoBots,
Yeah.
and they did. Yeah, good stuff. That's awesome.
I
We'll
am
have to-
so sorry. I don't know why that was
No,
the
you're not
first thing that
sorry.
came to my head.
Suck it
I
up.
was just like, what else am I going to
Indulge.
call him? I don't know what his
Indulge.
last
It's gonna
name
come
is.
back to
Why
you.
can all I think of is Scooter? So you got Scooter.
And see, here I was trying to find a random name generator, for a handle.
Oh, that's too good.
And-
That's too
and-
good for
yep.
me,
way
man.
better.
Yep.
That's,
And-
that's too good for
And
me.
Hellcat's like, and this is Scooter.
Yeah.
And that's
No.
Scooter.
Hmm.
Oh, that's for all the bullshit with the pineapple on the pizza. That's why.
Oh, karma.
Not bullshit. Pineapple on pizza sucks.
Nope.
No.
Wrong.
Uh-oh.
Wrong.
Uh-oh. Shots
Uh,
fired.
That's what you get for throwing Rusty under the bus.
I just had a sexy half-naked bartender come in.
All right.
Anyway.
Well, I head on to Rex.
Essie, I'm thinking about you.
Hors d'oeuvres.
Hey, these hors d'oeuvres make us good money.
That's true.
That is true. These
Okay.
hors d'oeuvres
So-
saved your butt.
I mean, at this point, so like, is everybody? Well, outside of the women, are the guys following Mac?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
We were just the muscle anyways. I was just getting a drink.
Oh,
Okay.
Orange Julius.
No, Orange Julius.
So this was something that Rex had said that he wanted to talk to me, or I mean, Rex had told Hellcat that
Yeah.
he wanted to talk to me.
that you guys should talk.
Okay.
So you go back into stop that, Toph. You guys go back up to his office. I mean, the guys are still kind of nudging themselves and smiling
Nudging themselves.
and pointing, out past the
Is that
window.
what they call it these days?
That's more like rubbing. And rubbing is racing. So, but no, they're pointing, out the window, out towards Meredith and Hellcat, standing out by the vehicles.
Poor Dane.
They let you guys, walk back in. Dane is just doing his best not to try to tune everything out and just be military man at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Poor Dane.
I know.
And
Okay.
Hey, he chose it.
All right.
you guys walk up to his office, and at this point, you see Rex again. He is putting on some deodorant, and just a little bit of cologne just lets it come all over him. He's still without his shirt, but he throws one on and just leaves it open. He's like, "So, gentlemen, have a seat.
All right.
I'm done with your women."
Don't sit
so
on the bed.
no, it's the office. The bed is in the other room.
All right. Well,
So now that I'm done with your women, how can I help?
Done with your
Wow.
Whoa. Whoa.
well, Hellcat said he had a few things that you wanted to speak with me about, and I'm here.
All right. So what were your plans for your little nomadic pack? Are they
As-
going to be staying in the area? Are they moving on?
As far as I'm concerned right now, we don't have any plans on moving anytime soon. We've pretty much established somewhat of a place for us. I mean, we kind of have a somewhat set area that we hunt and forage for what we can and
Mm-hmm.
do our little business here and there. I think it fares fairly well for us. I mean, we are still nomadic, but at the same time, we've somewhat settled down. Yet, maybe not quite as nomadic as other tribes.
So then it's safe to say that you're still having trouble finding work collectively.
As a whole, we could use some assistance that way if you want to put it that way. Always looking out for something, and I mean it's not really assistance as that at that point. It's if you're looking for employees, I'm sure there's members of the tribe that would fit your bill in varying aspects. And as I've
All right.
stated before, I don't want everyone's up to their own choices, but I don't want anything so heavy coming at us that can be directly linked back to the tribe that would endanger our families. And I'm sure you being in a leadership position, you have valued employees and friends and family, if you will, that you would protect. And I'm doing that same thing, and I hope you can respect that.
I can, but just to what degree are you looking for work?
Just nothing too crazy. I don't want something that's that's majorly retaliatable.
Retaliatable.
Yes. You know, something not unlike our escapade the last time we left here. Because some of my tribe might not be willing to drive into the city. They may drive home attempting to get away from danger, and that may inadvertently lead a lot of danger to our home.
Well, that wasn't the type of job that I had in mind, but that was more circumstance given the
Yes,
high-value
but
target.
I'm using that as an example. Me might be a little bit of a different story with some of my cohorts here, but
Well, I'm not too concerned about that, but I need what I'm looking for is some manpower. We have some shipments that we would like brought forth from California on a more regular basis.
that might be something we can do. Is this, let's be frank, are these parts, or are these body parts, or are these, I don't
I don't traffic in body parts.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm not keen to your business as much and I just want to make sure I'm
We do
covering
drugs in surplus. You've already sampled well over half of, at least from what I know, what's out there. You apparently are a big confectionery fan and a fan of sugar.
I admit, yes, that's partially me and partially my family, but yes. So yes, we can see about doing that. Absolutely.
And how much is it going to take to make sure that they don't open the packages?
A portion.
Unfortunately, nomads tend to have the
Sticky fingers.
Sticky fingers would be a good way of putting it.
Yes.
In other parts of the world, it's usually referred to just as damn gypsies.
Yeah.
I've
heard
Exactly. Pikey.
I've heard them all. Yes. We could have an established percentage.
And that would be sufficient to keep your nomads loyal, let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
All right, well then I will send some details to your tribe or clan, whatever you call them, in a couple of days for a trial run.
Okay.
Your crew can pull that off sufficiently. then perhaps there's more business that I can throw your group's way.
All right. Let this be the beginning of a healthy relationship.
Hopefully. Oh, and Scooter, don't mind the change in ride. It was apparently a joke from some of the gang members. Your vehicle is up towards the gate.
I very much appreciate that.
I'm
you
not
can't
doing a good. I'm
for-
not doing
for
a good
your-
job at stifling laughter.
Yeah. For your pain and suffering, though, please feel free to keep the bike. I don't need it here.
Yeah, I'll make somebody eat it. It'll be cool. It's gonna be real cool.
So, was there anything else then, gentlemen? Anything I can help you with?
No,
Discuss?
I'm glad that today's gone well. I'm hoping. I assume that
Hopefully.
thus far. Yes. Well, I will let those runners know that they will be receiving contact from you or yours, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll go from there. I'm heading there now. I'll let them know.
Good. Good to know.
Mhm.
So, with that, then he stands to shake everybody's hand,
Mm-hmm.
and he He ends up pulling from his drawer. There's a it looks almost like a junk drawer, like he just keeps random shit in it, and he pulls out a clip.
Like a magazine clip?
Yes, like a magazine clip, and it looks like it's probably like AK-47 ish. So it's banana clip, and likely houses 7.62 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And he says, "Here, for your trouble. You're going to
wow.
want to just put that in lead casing."
Thank you.
And don't use it unless you really intend on using it.
Oh, absolutely. I don't pull the trigger frivolously.
Not according to our candy salesman.
Depends on what gun you're talking. Good day.
Have a good one, gentlemen.
Out of character, does that fit my Federal Arms Light Assault 15?
It's a good question. What rounds does it take?
It says 7mm,
No.
no.
so it's not the same.
No, 7.62 are really big.
Yeah, that's the NATO round.
Actually, NATO is 5.56, I think, isn't it?
Oh, wait, yeah. We're
7.62 is like
7.62 is
SKS.
yeah, it's Soviet
SKS.
Warsaw. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
SKS, AKs. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay.
He's a big round.
So how many rounds is in that clip? I'm writing it down.
It's a full clip. So hold on a second.
10, 20, or 30?
20. We'll say it's a 20-round clip.
Okay.
And keep in mind, it will need to be housed in lead.
Now, why is that?
Well, Locke, would you like to give, let's see, an intelligence and combat sense roll?
Yeah, give me a second. Intelligence and combat sense.
Intelligence and combat sense. Or tech, whichever one's higher.
Intelligence, give me a second. Tech and...
So if you want to do intelligence or tech, either one, whichever one's higher. And
Yeah,
then it
both
needs...
those are the same.
Okay.
I'm trying to find combat sense.
Combat sense is actually one of your class skills. It's up as special
Oh.
ability.
Mm.
So it's actually up towards the very top of the list. It goes authority, charismatic leadership, and then combat sense.
Okay, so it's 4.
Authority.
4. And this is on a D10, you said?
On a D10.
18 altogether.
Nice. If he got handed a clip of mystery rounds and is told to house the clip in, like a lead-lined box, it means they're radioactive, which means they're probably depleted uranium rounds.
Gotcha.
Oh, groovy.
Which that will seriously fuck something up.
Yowza. Okay.
That's some good stuff right there, man.
All right.
Now you just need to get something to pew pew them with. I don't think I have anything to 762. Nope.
I'm gonna have to see if I can't find something. All right.
So everybody is back at the vehicles at this point?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't ride a scooter and a bike at the same time though.
You
How
can't
big is
you
this
can ride it
What
up
do
to
you
the
think,
front.
Hellcat? What should I do? What should I do? Huh?
You can
Yeah.
tie a rope to one and just like drag it.
I'll ride the splits in between both of them.
Hellcat, you're still muted.
Meredith has a one in drive now. I can drive it.
Jess, you were muted.
I said, I think that we should just be grateful that you have a great nickname like Scooter.
Yeah, that's a great nickname. Super grateful.
I think that a name like Scooter will keep you out of trouble. That's what I think. I think, Scooter, you should do with your scooter whatever you want to do.
Oh my god.
We should embroider it on your knapsack.
Scooter.
You should not. You light that shit on fire.
Dane's like, I could take your bike back if you want to ride the
And you
gift
can
out
take the
of here.
scooter back. I'll take my man bike back. That'd be
Oh my
cool.
gosh. Can you imagine Dane on a scooter?
Get this tattoo.
You guys are all off the Christmas list.
Oh my gosh.
Meredith will drive it back. She probably needs some alone time to process the
There you go. Okay.
prior events.
Sure.
Yeah.
I need to go across the freeway home for at least a little bit.
Okay.
Just to make a pit stop at least.
Yep. So everybody at that point then parts. I guess everybody's going back to the safe house except for Mac heading back to dole out the goods. Meredith, when you climb onto the scooter and
But
start that thing up, you
No, it's like, how's Dane getting back?
Yeah. They're riding
um,
with me.
Is he riding bitch with me? Or does he go with Mac?
no,
He's more than welcome to go.
he'd have to ride bitch with Hellcat then.
Either that or he can come with me. Either way.
Yeah,
You
no,
can
he's,
ride on my back
he's
too,
good.
man.
Nope. Pass. So Meredith, when you start the thing up, it's all and then you hear here as its little horn.
Oh, gross.
See what Brittany put. And Locke's sister Skeeter.
I don't have any words.
Basically, Meredith, if you've ever seen the Love Bug or Herbie or whatnot, it's that sound that Herbie makes whenever he honks his horn.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. That's golden.
Drive it off a cliff and jump off at the last minute.
All right. right, I'm gonna. I guess once Dane jumps on the back, we're gonna head up to the front gate to pick up our weapons.
All right. Yep. So and I'm not going to make you role play through that. So you guys get your gear and head back, and get back to the haven, back to the safe house. But as you guys come pulling up, like Jill is like walking out into the garage as if she'd heard nails on a chalkboard, and she sees Meredith come to a stop, and she's like, "The hell."
Just don't ask.
Can Dane and I take a side detour to go see Locke's family? Like I said I would, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the way home. We're going to do that on the way back.
Hope. Hop down, baby. There you go. Got little Hope trying to jump up my lap again. She's so cute. So you guys are driving over to... Are you going to their house? Where are you planning on going?
No. I don't do great with parents. So I'm going to head to his sister's shop.
Okay. So it's, it's got people out front. The neon, and it's nighttime at this point, so neon sign is lit, and there's a couple Quins hanging out front, BSing and whatnot. It's kind of an unofficial popular Quinn spot since she does, tattoo work for them so much and they like her. So it's not uncommon to see them hanging out here.
Remind me again what her name is.
Skeeter.
No, it's not Skeeter. Oh my God.
His sister's name is hold on a second. It was
Damn, I had it written down.
Oh, dang it. Hold on.
I was trying to remember. I should know, but I...
Well, her nickname's Funky Cold because her last name's Medina.
Carlotta?
Her nickname is Funky Cold because her last name is Medina.
Yeah, but I know
Carlotta.
her.
Carlotta.
Okay, that was what I thought. I just didn't want to be wrong. Okay, I'm gonna just quick clue out of niceties to the Quins as we walk in.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head in.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hey. And I'm gonna head inside.
Mhm.
And is she working? Is there a receptionist?
Yeah, she's in the back. I mean, there's somebody up front, but yeah, she's in the back.
Okay. I'm gonna stop up front and just ask them to let her know that I'm here, and if she doesn't remember who I am, that I'm a friend of her brother.
Okay, so the skinny guy goes walking to the back with his purple hair. Looks like he probably listens to, My Chemical Romance a bit too much.
Evanescence, man.
There is nothing wrong with My Chemical Romance.
Okie doke.
Right.
Or make it him.
Cover of
him. Oh man, that's old.
There's nothing wrong with him.
I know. I was thinking that too. I'm like, I have that album in the other room.
Yep, that's why I said that.
which album?
All of them.
Like,
No. I tend to just get like one of someone and then not like every other album they put out. So I have like random ones from people. But
I've got like almost all of hymns.
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 Them hymns, yo.
And
So he lets he lets her know, and that she takes a moment from the guy that she's currently working on because you can hear the the buzz and whatnot. So she comes walking back out and around. She's got just a tank top on and her pants, shirt kind of dangling around her waist, like somebody would tie a flannel.
Yeah.
She's like,
Hey,
so what's going on?
Sorry to bug you. Do you have a minute? We can step out back and just chat for a second.
If you could make it fast, I'm with a client, but yeah.
totally fast for sure.
Okay. So she just slaps the guy in the leg and says, "Just give me 5. I'll be like right back." And guy throws his shirt on, temporarily, but not completely because it would cover up the tattoo he's getting on his arm. And he's actually Phoenix PD.
Oh,
Do I know him?
No,
Okay.
just a beat cop.
So we're gonna head outside with her.
Okay.
And I'm going to.
You're in the back alley at this point.
Yeah. I'm sorry to bother you at work. I just when was the last time you talked to your brother?
I don't know. Week ago, I think.
Week
and a half ish. I don't remember the exact date.
So I kind of just came to give you a message, basically. He's got some stuff going on that we're trying to work through, and he's fine, but he's probably not going to be able to come home until we get some things sorted out.
Who did he screw this time? I swear he's terrible with women.
Yeah, we dealt with one of those the last time. But if he wants to tell you anything about what's going on, I think I should leave that to him. I told him I would come and just kind of check on you and make sure you're doing okay and your mom's doing okay. And I have a note from him for you. So I hand that to her.
Okay, so she,
I'm just gonna go ahead and hand that to her.
Gonna hand that to her.
Unfolds it and looks at it. What did it say again?
I don't remember.
Mom, I love you. Sis, stop being a whore.
So she looks at that and she's just like, "Fuck him."
I'm just gonna shrug and just, I don't know.
All right.
But is everything okay? I mean,
yeah. Why wouldn't it be?
I don't know. He wanted me to check. I'm just checking. How's everything at home?
Fine.
Cool. Nothing like weird. No, like.
No, not that I know of. I mean, Mom did say she got an email a couple days ago from somebody, but she hadn't seen him in a while. That was about it.
Yeah, that that sounds like pretty random. Was it, at least like a good friend or something?
I didn't press. I didn't. She just didn't really say.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. Am I supposed to be like spying on her now or something?
No.
Okay.
No, I just, I didn't know how close you were. I didn't know if you guys,
Well, I mean, close, but I don't like question everything that she says. She just made a point of saying she got an email from somebody she didn't expect to see. So she.
Yeah, I don't know. Curiosity, none of my business. I just thought maybe it'd be an old friend or something. That might be cool.
Hmm.
It's always nice to.
I mean, I guess it could have been. I don't know. I didn't. Like I said, I didn't press. She seemed to want to keep it kind of secret. I don't know. Maybe it's a guy.
Well, no worries. Don't want to pry. I just I told your brother that I'd check in, and I'm checking in.
Sure. Okay. Well, I'm here. I'm doing business. I'm busy, and I got the Quinn shooting shit out in front of my shop.
I will let you get back to it. Thanks for giving us just a minute.
Oh, no, I'm sure that's it. Like, don't want a tattoo or anything. I mean, I'll give you a good price.
I mean, you look a little full tonight, but I would be happy to schedule something.
Yeah, not like right now or whatnot, but yeah, if you got an idea or something, I'm happy to work something out.
Sure. I mean, got some fresh scarring I wouldn't mind covering. So
Oh,
I'm sure
and how is Meredith? Is everything worked out okay? Like, is she in?
kids are great. I mean, she's great. Yeah,
She's like, all right.
great.
I asked because I don't get a whole lot of requests for that sort of work, so I just wanted to make sure that my work stood up to what my expectations.
It stands up. Yep.
Yep, they stand up.
I'll try and bring her by sometimes. You can
Oh, yeah, sure. Please do.
see the after. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna go. Have a good night.
Okay. Peace.
And we're just gonna go home.
Okay.
I get to play Candyman.
Yeah. And so Jill is like, to Meredith, she's like, what did you just write in here? Why is it smiling at me?
So I'm not quite sure, and I'm just like trying to get out of this pretty easy. I think Locke won it in a raffle while I was talking business with Hellcat. So they really just needed somebody to bring it back. So I'm not sure what he wants you or us to do with it. Like maybe we can put it up for quick cash. I can't imagine that it's going to be useful to us, but
Okay.
it is, so.
I'm not going to be expected to drive it, right? Because I'm like the driver for the group, and that thing terrifies me.
No, Jill, we're totally going to need you to stage a getaway on this like.
She's like, no.
Of course not.
Not happening. No.
That's her soda mobile.
Yeah, maybe we can go pick up some potatoes or some kibble with the scooter, but I can't imagine it being useful to us.
No. I won't even do that. No. It's terrifying. It's smiling at me.
It's pretty terrible, isn't it? I mean, I get off and I kind of kick the tire. And
Okay. And as you do, it's all here.
Gross.
Do you have a tarp to put over your tarp?
She's like, she takes the tarp from the AV4 and just tosses it, like the whole thing, just over the thing. So it's like there's all this extra tarp laying over the scooter thing.
Poor scooter.
That's a significant difference. I mean, I don't. We can ask Locke what he wants to do with it when it gets back. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm literally just the messenger. So.
And are you okay? You're walking kind of slow.
I mean, I don't think I've ever. I'm lying, and I'm like, I don't think I've ever scooter before.
The best part is Jill knows Rex.
Go ahead.
Bumpy ride home.
It's a bumpy ride. Go ahead and roll your empathy and your persuasion fast talk.
Get out of here, Beck.
Scooter. It's a 2-seater.
Gross.
Now you got one seat.
It's a 2-seater scooter.
I have a 9 and a
What is it?
Scooter.
Scooter.
7 for a 16.
Okay, so you got 16 total?
Yeah.
Okay. So she kind of looks at you and she's like, but you guys went to go. Never mind. Did you need help? Or are you good?
I'm good. I'm gonna go take a bath.
Okay. All right.
At some point later, probably. I'll see you later.
Yeah, right. So I mean, at this point, Locke comes rolling in. There's this gigantic tarp over the scooter.
So he doesn't have to look at it.
Good. Fuck that thing.
You could donate it to the clan. We can use it as a little boat.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Let the kids ride it.
There you go. And so you come rolling in, and Jill's like, "Congratulations on the raffle."
Yeah. The raffle.
I didn't know they had prizes. Like what's up with that?
It's not really a prize, man. I'm gonna let Mac give it to his kids.
Oh,
that thing's gross.
yeah, it's pretty terrifying.
Yeah. It's super terrifying. That sound it makes is haunting.
What can I say except you're welcome?
Yep. You're welcome. Here.
Every little tick, Hellcat. I'm writing them down. Every little slight.
Oh.
They're going in my dream journal.
Yes, they are.
All right. So with that, it's 9:30 at this point. We'll go ahead and pause the game there for tonight. So I had a great time. Game wise, let's see. So 2 weeks would be the 21st.
I think I'm almost shot for December, honestly. I will not be able to make it the 21st.
Okay.
As of right now, I can.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now. So if you want me, tell me now.
Well, that would be the next game night.
That's fine.
At least as far as calendar wise. So what about Missy and Eric?
I don't think we have anything going on.
Yeah, at this point, I think we're pretty free for the 21st.
Okay.
We better schedule it, because if I try and do zoo lights, Eric's going to be like, I don't want to walk the zoo.
Yeah, as long as I can ride Jeremiah's shoulders, man, it will be alright.
We can get you a scooter.
There you go.
Shut up! Oh my god.
A scooter.
Eric going around zoo lights. Here.
Oh, if you want, I mean, we could get you a big stick to whack people with as you do.
Yeah, a stick and a scooter, that'd be cool.
Joust people out of the way.
Yeah.
More like painfully nudge, because it's not going to go very fast.
Who's that crotchety old man? Hey, that's our knight. Excuse me.
That's Sir Scooter.
That's our scooter.
Sir Scooter.
Let's oust.
Perfect.
All right.
You guys shut the hell up.
All right. So we'll go ahead and schedule the next game for the 21st. We have, let's see, I think we're going to be doing Ashland on the 13th. I think. And let's see, that would put, no, Firefly should have been, so yeah, okay. So then that would be Ashland here. And then the following week, if we do it, would be Firefly on the 18th, and then Cyberpunk on the 21st. So,
yep.
Cool.
So, Ashland here.
Yeah, pretty much. So thank you all for watching. I had a great game. Lots of laughs. Bad nicknames.
Hey, you know what? When you're a wanted man, you get what you get.
I can't wait till we make her a wanted woman, dude. I'm thinking of nicknames as soon as we're done here.
You think?
As soon as we're done.
He's gonna laundry list it.
Oh, it's gonna be horrible.
That's what you get for calling us hors d'oeuvres. You've been calling me a slut all season 1. Now you're
are
Scooter.
A slut, though.
Now
That's
you're
not,
Scooter.
I'm not a Scooter.
It's gonna call you Large Marge or
The
something
shoe
like that.
fits, pies, fingers and pies, man.
Up the
Making
irons.
money.
Yep. Pretty much. All right, so I will, of course, still be online if anybody needs me, so we'll go ahead and sign out there. Thank you guys for all watching. You guys are great. Had a lot of fun, and we will see you next time. Goodbye. Yoink. And...